good old Polly. At 568 pounds, my next guest is easily the biggest fighter in championship wrestling. He's an ex-grand champion of sumo and the current World Wrestling Federation champion. Let's take a look at him in action. All right, please welcome Yokozuna and his manager, Mr. Fuji. See you. How are you? Nice. Nice. Please sit. So,
yes.
How'd you guys meet?
We met 5 years ago in a Polynesian island.
Now, you began, Mr. Fuji, you were a wrestler yourself.
Yes, sir.
And then you became a manager.
Yes, sir.
And you went searching the world for talent.
Right.
And you found Yokozuna here.
Right.
And you guys now, you do not benefit financially from this, do you? You're just friends.
Well, let me tell you, I'll try to make it short. It's business and pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly business.
All right.
Now, Yokozuna, as you know, is the World Wrestling Federation champion.
Who did he beat to become champion?
Hulk Hogan.
Really?
When he beat Hulk Hogan, all the little Hulkamania died. Gone. Sayonara.
You've got an evil laugh. So, do you think that Hulk Hogan's going to come back and beat Yokozuna and make a fool out of him? Is that a loaded question or what?
No. Hogan is finished. Let me tell you something, Americans. This Wednesday night, Survivor Series, Boston Garden, pay-per-view. If you want to see my Yokozuna and the Foreign Fanatic go against the All-American, you pay Lara Zene. Watch what will happen.
So, you've done quite well with this gentleman. What do you think's going to happen at this big fight, this pay-per-view fight?
It is the Foreign Fanatics against the All-American. This is Captain Yokozuna and the Foreign Fanatics, Captain Lex Luger. But let me tell you, Americans, the most important man in there is my man, Yokozuna. And you, Undertaker, you'll be Yokozuna's turkey dinner. And Paul Dara, you'll be the stuffing. You understand, boy, son?
Now, does Yokozuna speak? Does he speak English?
He's a very talented man.
Mm-hmm.
He only speaks when he wants to speak.
Oh, okay. I understand. Hi, Yokozuna. It's me, Conan.
You understand? Very smart boy.
Yes, very smart. Now, listen, you, you don't like Americans, do you?
I mean, we love Americans. American buy a lot of Japanese products.
So you think we're saps and dupes?
No. You pay good money. Maybe this made in Japan, too? Huh? American don't like it, huh?
No. You have turned this crowd against you. I would leave by the back door.
No.
You seem like a very happy man.
I'm always happy.
Uh-huh.
Always very, very happy. Yokozuna happy, Mr. Fuji very happy.
All right.
O'Brien son happy, we all happy. American crowd happy, we happy too.
That's a good philosophy for a guest. We're going to step away for a second. We'll be right back with more Yokozuna when we come back.
It was February 5th, 1965. I had just sold a pair of wingtips when my buddy Jimmy, who's in the printing and novelty business, walked in. I've been thinking up these coincidences between Kennedy and Lincoln for a while, mainly just for laughs. Things like Oswald shot Kennedy from a warehouse and hid in a theater. Booth shot Lincoln in a theater and hid in a warehouse, that kind of crap. Anyway, Jimmy told me he'd printed them up and was selling them at tourist places. And they were going like hotcakes. And he gave me $300. It's a day I'll never forget.
Sid Caesar, Tabitha Soren, and comedian Tom Agnew is going to be here. So watch for that. I'm here talking to Yokozuna and, of course, Mr. Fuji. And, hey, everybody, it's Diz! Hey. Go, Diz, go! 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 Thank you, Diz. I'd go, Diz, if I were you. We had other comedy bits planned, but I think we'll scrap them now. So, of course, Yokozuna, Mr. Fuji. Let me ask you something. Sure. What does this gentleman eat? Everything makes you go,
Well, he composed about 25 to 30 pounds of food every day. For breakfast, he'll eat about a dozen hard-boiled eggs, about 24 ounces of steak, a big pot of orange juice to make you healthy, a dozen pancakes.
We wouldn't want anything unhealthy.
Sergio. There's no ending. It's just a beautiful sight to see my Yokozuna just eating. When he's eating, I'm happy.
And when you're happy, I'm happy.
Ah, yes, very good idea.
Well, can we give him a cholesterol test?
Oh, cholesterol, very, very low, boy, son.
His is low?
Yes.
You know the numbers?
150.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
My cholesterol's 150.
Oh.
They told me that was very high.
Oh, what a coincidence. Nice, tall man like you. Nice, big man like... Good.
Same cholesterol.
Amazing.
All right, now let me ask you something. What is famous about Yokozuna, his most famous move? He has a move, apparently. Stop doing that! I think if I asked you anything. So, when does your driver's license expire?
I don't know. Where can I put it? In corner.
Do you always...
Yes.
Yeah.
He climbed second rope. Look at crowd. Look at Master Fuji. I said, Banzai! Boom. 500.
What does boom mean?
Means whole body. 568 pounds, right on American opponent chest. Finish. I'm happy.
I'm very happy.
Yes.
Mr. Fuji, Yokozuna, there's a rumor going around that you guys aren't even from Japan, that you're from Passaic. It's just a rumor I've heard on the street.
We represent Japan. Number one.
Go.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I don't believe you till you've sold me that. So you've got this big fight, you're plugging that, and what's your move after that?
What
can he go?
Pay-per-view.
Yes.
Survivor Series.
In America, that's called a shameless plug.
What?
What's next? I mean, he's won the championship. What else could you want? You've conquered America, you fiend. What else could you possibly want?
We not to be selfish or greedy, but we want to eliminate one American opponent one by one. But you, Undertaker, you are our prime beast.
Now, wait a minute. Help us out. Who is the Undertaker?
Undertaker, his man, live way in past. He come out of cemetery. He have pallbearer with little urn. You understand?
No.
And his little philosophy.
Completely lost me.
Rest in peace. You, Undertaker, will rest in peace with my Yokozuna.
All right.
Yes.
Now, before we move on, I have asked you many questions, you and Mr. Yokozuna, but it's only fair, I think, for the audience to be able to ask one question of both of you. So if there's anyone here who... Yes, you, sir, a question for both.
When the laughter and the applause die down, and you're left with nothing to drown out the howling hounds of your past, nothing to wrap around yourself, but the lies you've told so many times that even you start to believe them, where do you go? I mean, what do you do?
Those are You guys are going to have to live with that. You're going to have to sleep with that question tonight, and I hope you can. We'll be right back with Joe Henry. Stick around. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. My next guest tonight is one of the most controversial figures in wrestling today. This man uses sexuality, eroticism, and mystery to defeat his opponents. Let's take a look at him in action.
This is too much. Whoa! Come on, Piper! Thank you, Jim. Right now. I've had him. Whoa!
What an incredible weapon.
Incredible.
This is incredible. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the WWF Intercontinental Champion, Goldust, with his director, Marlena. Welcome, Marlena. Nice to see you. Yes? Maria. Nice to see you. Yes. That's, it's very nice. Hi there. How are you? Okay. All right. Have a seat right there. So, Goldust, how are you?
Is that an extra microphone in your pants, or you just happy to see me?
It's actually a microphone. Now, is it, don't do that. Is it Gold or Mr. Dust? Help me out here. Well, what exactly, what do I...
Mr. Barbarian, you can call me anything that you like. Just don't call me late for foreplay.
So, I actually did some reading on you, Goldust, and you claim that you're the best actor in the world, which is true. That's a claim you've made. It's in your bio. Tell me, what are your credentials?
Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. Sunset Boulevard, 1950.
Extreme close-up, please.
My training comes from a deep, dark, dirty place. A place I like to refer to as my back lot. And maybe you, Mr. Barbarian, would like to stick your head inside and take a good, long look around.
Andy, how you doing over there? You all right, Andy?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you doing later tonight, Andy? You going to a movie or something with the wife?
No, I think Goldust and I are going to go out and...
All right. Tell me, what movies have you starred in, Goldust?
There's just too many to mention. But my greatest epic of all comes March 31st. WrestleMania 12 on pay-per-view. When I meet one naughty, naughty boy named President Piper.
That was the weirdest plug I've seen in 3 years on the air, Goldust. I have to tell you. And I've seen a lot of them. Now, you mentioned Roddy Piper, another wrestler, correct? Is that right, Andy? You're the wrestling aficionado. Another wrestler.
Yeah, he's the president of the Federation.
The president of the Federation. That's why he called him the president. All right. Andy Richter, everybody, wrestling aficionado. Now... Now, Roddy Piper says that you use homophobia to throw off your opponents, and that it's all a mind game. Now, tell us about that.
Mind games? Oh, no. Let me tell you about mind games. You sit there with your milky white skin, turning red with lust for one gold dust. As a matter of fact, I'm getting a little bit warm myself. Would you mind if I undressed myself?
I think there are rules that I think that the FCC has, Television is our window to the world, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe security, a little security in here, actually, would be nice. These are my security people right here, all right?
Hey, what?
You got it.
You're bigger.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
You know what? Speaking of going, I think maybe good a time as any to go to a commercial. What do you say? Everybody, this was Gold Dust. This is director Marlena. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. It's Gold Dust.
With the campaigns really heating up, I thought I'd take a microphone and camera, find out what the professional wrestling community thinks of the election so far. Let's take a look. Conan, I'm here at the Jetport Holiday Inn in Elizabeth, New Jersey, for the annual meeting of the Cauliflower Alley Club, an informal gathering of retired professional wrestlers. I'm here tonight to get the professional wrestling community's take on the upcoming presidential election. Let's go inside, shall we?
We want changes. Do you understand? We want changes in this country. What is best for this country? What is best for the future?
Get off your butt.
I think Doyle
Vote
can
for
do the job.
Dole. He says vote for Dole.
Thank you.
And then you got this Dole over here. This pencil neck geek is definitely stuck for an answer when you say hello. In fact, you take it both, put both of you together in a bag, shake it up, and nothing would come out. You know what I mean? It means that both of you are useless.
A man from the islands. From the South Pacific Islands, brother.
Illinois, is that a South Pacific Island?
That's South Pacific.
Now, I'm here tonight to sort of check in on how the wrestling world, just to get some opinions about the political
You better take it easy now,
world.
brother. Slow down here.
Well, I'm here tonight to try and figure out, what the wrestling world is thinking about the presidential elections. Do you have any thoughts on the presidential elections?
You know, brother, the most beautiful thing about this whole thing is that you meet all the wonderful people in this place. But when the time comes, and when the re-election comes, it'll only make it a much more better spirit for everybody that's here. For all of us that want to know what's going on. The most beautiful thing to me is that I love it and I'm enjoying it. And that's why I'm here talking to beautiful people like this and you wonderful people out there in TV land. This is one of the greatest things at all times, first time that we all involved in it. It makes it all together. It takes all of us. It takes all of us to make this. Jimmy Snuka, the greatest man in the world. Andy Rick.
The presidential race. Dole there.
Is that Dole?
Yeah, it's got Dole.
Yeah. See, he doesn't look that old. He's not doing so bad. Yeah, he's in good shape for his age. Oh, this is Clinton. This is Clinton. Yeah. He's got to get an ab roller. You need an ab roller. He needs an ab roller.
And that's just sort of a different angle.
That's when he was in Arkansas.
There's, instead of a debate, we were thinking something like that.
Oh, yeah. That would save taxpayers a lot of money.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you think that there's any, that he'll be able to pull off the 50% tax cut and still,
Well, I'm going to tell him how to do it. And, I mean, not many people watch this show, right? So I'm only 50%.
Right.
If he wants to pull something off, he has to turn around. If he goes, sneaks down in his trunks like this here, and see, he pulls something out like this, when Bill Clinton ain't looking, he just whap him right, and then boom, he goes, and he won. Whoa! I feel so good.
Upcoming presidential election. Actually, I kind of liked Pat Buchanan, but he's out of the running so far. So I'm looking to Dole. You know, I like those straight shooters. I'll see you later.
Okay, thanks. Do you mind saying hi to my wife?
Sure.
She's right there. It's my wife, Sarah. My wife's a fan of Sonny's. Well, there you have it. The wrestling world has spoken, although I'm not quite sure what they've said.
Do you realize what you have here tonight?
Yeah.
Do you realize that these are the legends of professional wrestling? Do you realize? Look at this beautiful lady right here. All these people are here in awe. Look at my friend over there, right there.
We're done, Captain. We're done. We're finished. We're leaving.
You're leaving?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're leaving? I don't care. I'm not ready to leave.
Who's not leaving?
I'm right here. I'm just starting. What do you mean you're leaving? I'm not leaving.
Who's not leaving?
I'm staying right here.
We gotta go.
You gotta go. I don't have to go.
No, you don't have to go.
I'm sitting right here with Lou Dice. I'm sitting here with Freddie Blassie. I'm sitting here with Vince McMahon. I'm saying, hey, Vince, hey, Vince. Hey, Vince McMahon. Hey, Vince McMahon.
All right, everybody, we're back. My first guest tonight is arguably the most popular and highest paid wrestler of all time. Let's take a look at the man in action. People. All right, please welcome the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was beer you were shooting at McMahon, wasn't it?
Big waste of beer. I could have saved that and drank it later, but got me a little hot, so I decided to give it a little shower.
That's one of the new loopholes in the wrestling rules that you can do. I want to talk to you, first of all, about your fans. Your fans are fanatical. They love you to the point that I can't believe that some of them now are jumping into the ring and actually jumping on top of you, which I think is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
We were over in Germany about half a year ago. End of a match, I was pretty tired. You know, everybody's pretty tired at the end of the match. And guy jumps right on my ribs. Sometimes we go overseas, a lot of guys are pulling ribs. So I thought it might have been someone from the back. I looked up, and this guy's, you know, I could barely breathe. So the guy I'm wrestling picks him up, suplexes him, starts punching him in his temple. So it's kind of a deal like that. The guy came out on the short end of the stick. The other day we were in Rochester.
You might say that. Yeah. I just wonder what that guy says to his friends when he go home. Oh, it was terrific. I got hit in the temple. It was amazing.
Yeah, we usually always got security. The other day, a guy jumps in the ring, but he was really kind of mellowed out, and the referee punched him in the mouth. So.
That's the last thing I would do if I was enjoying a fight that you were in, was think, I'm going to go try and tackle that guy.
You would figure.
Yeah, you would rip my head off, wouldn't you?
I don't know.
It comes off easily.
You got those runner's legs. I don't know if I can catch you.
Yeah, my tricky legs would outwit you. I'd be like, catch me if you can. You'd be sitting there on an idiot.
Forget about it.
Gotta ask you about these T-shirts. All your fans wear them. Austin 316. Do you want to explain what that's all about?
Yeah, it happened a couple years ago in King of the Ring type pay-per-view. It was like tournament style. I beat the first guy, but in the process, he kicked me in my mouth, split my lip all the way open, so I went to the hospital.
got stitched up. When I came back, someone said, hey, you got Jake the Snake Roberts in the final. So, and they said, we kind of cut a religious interview on you, so you might want to remember that if you win the King of the Ring on your acceptance speech. So I won the match, and basically at the end, after he was walking up the aisle holding his little ribs, basically to a T, I said, you know, you sit there and you thump your Bibles and say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. You talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass. And basically, that's how it came about. And, you know, it was never designed anything to be anti-religious, sacrilegious, just something I said. And it kind of caught on as a real hot piece of marketing.
A lot of your fans were probably looking through the Bible like, where does it say that?
Where's this guy coming from here? Yeah.
Oh, and I will whip your ass. Yeah, okay. We have, you know, we got some of you, we were playing with some of your merchandise.
Yeah.
We actually gave someone in the audience one of your...
Yeah, there's a couple select items right there.
There are some of them, like, I don't think this guy does you justice. It's a little you, but...
The guy's a little bit better looking than me.
Yeah, but the legs have completely atrophied. Look at that, like, I'll get you.
That'll probably be me in a couple of years, so I got that going for me.
Don't let them put out a doll. Those are my legs, not your legs.
Well, that's the Conan Stone Cold doll.
I like, this is what I like. This is one of my favorite ones. I just got to show this because this is fun.
I've seen some of this stuff.
This is a crazy straw with you.
That is crazy.
But I just like, you know.
That's the craziest straw I've ever seen.
I've never been that excited about chocolate milk in my life.
This straw will get you excited about chocolate milk.
What is that?
There's nothing you want by your beverage more than a sweaty wrestler.
Yeah, right.
When you drink through this thing, you will know where that extra 50 cents went.
Of course, this is a great, this is, I really love this. Look at this cover for, this is some of the music that you guys put out on. Look at that. Huh? Oh.
Beautiful.
If I was 16, I'd be in my basement just looking at that for hours.
A couple candles glowing or something.
How do they do it?
That's a good little piece of business here.
You've got your Stone Cold Steve Austin condoms. And I gotta say that. Do you talk to the manufacturers about it? Like,
yeah, no, that one kind of caught me off by surprise.
All right, what? Well, it shouldn't, friend. Tell us about the name Stone Cold, because that's a great name, and wrestlers take their names very seriously. Is it hard to come up with a good name?
Yeah, it's hard to come up with a good name because you look at all the things we have here, which is, you know, you're going to, merchandise, marketing, it's everything. So a couple years ago when I came to the WWF, I used to work for a different organization, but I tore my tricep out of my arm, got fired. So I came to the organization and...
You tore the tricep out of your arm?
Off my arm. Oh. That had reattached.
It came off completely?
Yeah, off the elbow. Wrestled for 2.5 weeks in Japan like that, but I came back.
When did you notice it was missing?
As soon as I did it.
I could go a whole year without my tricep and not know it. How? What? No, I have my tricep. Leave me alone. Oh, no.
But the name came about where I, went to the WWF. When I first got there, I'd been out of work for almost a year, and they said, oh, we're going to call you the Ringmaster. And I said, oh, man, that's a little shaky, but I hadn't worked in about a year, so, I need to get some paychecks coming in.
Right.
So I went up there and did the Ringmaster for about 6 months, and then finally I said, man, this idea sucks.
Yeah.
No personality, nothing like that. So I came up with this, I was a bad guy back then. I came up with this concept, and then I couldn't quite put my finger on the name. This cold-blooded, ruthless guy. And then they faxed me a bunch of names from the office, and then finally I was pretty frustrated, and my wife was from England at the time, and she made me a cup of hot tea, and she goes, don't worry about it, go ahead and just, drink your tea before it gets stone cold. And she goes, that's it, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's how I got my name.
It's really good that...
Got lucky.
Yeah, it's really good that you didn't say, drink that fast before it gets a tad chilly.
Yeah. That sounds like one of the names they had.
Here he comes, Tad Chili!
Boy, big piece of marketing off of that.
It wouldn't work. Maybe when I become a wrestler, I'll be Tad Chili. Come after you.
The little tag team thing.
What are you a romantic guy? I mean, tell us a little bit about you personally. Are you?
Somewhat. I mean, of course, the World Wrestling Federation's fans see the rough exterior, but yeah, certainly there's a romantic side to Steve Austin.
What do you like to do on what's your idea of like a nice date?
Well, I mean, like typical first date, you're there to impress, so I think, something that she's going to dig as much as me. Monster truck rally. And if she's not into that, something on foot, maybe a supercross race. Down to the deer camp, skin a few deer, whatever.
Yeah. I think once a girl knows that you have your own crazy straw.
Pretty much opens the door to be able to take them there. Yeah. Definitely a romantic side, Conan.
You are a romantic side? Well, you are a romantic, so I don't know. I have a book here of Jules' poems.
Of course. I've got one.
And I was wondering, would Stone Cold Steve Austin read a poem by Jules?
I would love to.
We have one right here for you.
Oh, yeah. I look at young girls now. I have this memorized. I have this book at the house, but I'm going to go ahead and read it.
Little mood lighting here. Okay, great.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Maybe project a little better.
Okay.
I look at young girls now. I look at young girls now. Okay. Where was I? I look at young girls now and their tight crushed velour, skin tight sky blue hip huggers with the baby doll tank tops.
I underlined that part, yeah.
Thank you. And I think, I've been there. God, have I been there. I went in 30 of them to get to the good stuff. One of my favorite books.
That poem rules.
I read the Waylon Jennings autobiography, I read George Jones. That's right up there with both of them. Beautiful piece of work.
All right. Well, WrestleMania 15 is this Sunday.
This Sunday.
March 28th at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, live on pay-per-view. It was a real pleasure having you on the show. You're a nice guy to talk to.
Beautiful.
Best
Thank you for having me.
Come on back sometime. Stone Cold, Steve Austin, everybody. Louis Anderson coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Everybody, we're back. My next guest this evening is the wrestler and the owner of the wrestler for and owner of the World Wrestling Federation. And this Sunday, he is putting his company up for grabs in a winner-takes-all match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is some exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
You can hate me now. Come on, stop. But I won't stop now. Can't stop. Cause I can't stop now. You can hate me. You can hate me now. I hate you too. But I won't stop now. Come on. You can hate me now. Cause I can't stop now. Hate me now. You can hate me now. You can hate me now. You can hate me now. Come on. You can hate me. Stop now.
I didn't know they could fight in hospitals now.
Sure.
I didn't know. Please welcome Vince McMahon. Let's get him on. Oh, there is so much to talk about, Vince. First of all, I've been watching you for a while.
Yeah.
And your look of shock and horror when you hear that Stone Cold Steve Austin is in the building is the greatest look of shock I've ever seen in film, on television. You know what we're talking about. When you think that you've won and then you hear that music, that look of absolute horror.
The one of, I think I know the look.
Yeah.
I think
and what I love about that is that
he's not here, is he?
Yes, he is. He's coming out right now.
No.
You just have to do that sometimes for like 10 minutes while he makes his way into
really.
the
It's
building.
pretty natural, actually.
Oh, really? It's just you're that scared.
I said it was pretty natural.
Oh, all right. Well, let's talk about something that worried me a little bit, which is I was looking at all the merchandise that Stone Cold Steve Austin has.
Yes, he has quite a bit.
He has all this amazing stuff. He's got this thing where the eyes move. He's got a straw. He's got a car where he's naked driving it. He's got videotapes. He's got action figures. There's a rug, a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Have you seen this rug? He has a rug, actually, right here, which I actually have in my room, and it's very cool. There it is. And then we come to you. This is your action figure. A guy... This is a guy kids really want to play with.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll get you with my microphone. I might announce something bad about you. Everyone else has kung fu grip. Everybody else shoots their stuff, and look at you right there. I'll say something pretty nasty.
That's pretty pathetic.
Can't you get a better action figure?
That's pretty realistic, actually.
Well, let's talk about the wrestling world, because obviously that's where the money is these days. Is there any way, because we're on at 12:30 at night, say that I, for example, could fit into the wrestling world if I were interested? And if there was is there anything at all, any way that you could see me? Obviously, probably not a wrestler, don't have the physique, but is there something else I could do?
Definitely a manager.
A manager?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Put a little fez or a little dunce cap on or something like that. I think you'd fit right in, but you'd need, to like take one for the home team on occasion and learn to distract WWF officials, which is not too difficult, but I'm sure you could handle that. But you need to manage someone who, well, someone of greatness. I mean, someone of your magnitude coming into the World Wrestling Federation that like handpick someone.
Right.
A really great athlete.
Is there anyone here you think could handle it?
I think Andy is that's the look. I mean,
that was great.
How much would people pay on pay-per-view if Conan's managing and you're actually wrestling?
Right.
What would people pay to see you, like, in a loincloth, kind of like? I've given that some thought.
It's been a long time since I got paid to be in a loincloth.
I got a little something back here that might.
You brought your own merchandise?
Well, it's like you have to be prepared. Now, what if we would call Andy Cheeks? That's pretty menacing.
Yep.
Yeah. Imagine those big hams out there,
You get to keep that shirt now,
Yeah,
Andy.
right. Yeah.
Here my cheeks. All right. As long as I can get body slammed into the Spanish language broadcasting table.
I'm sure we can handle that.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Let's tell us a little bit about the match that's coming up. This is you and your son versus Stone Cold, and what's at stake here?
Really, it's kind of like all the marbles kind of a thing. It's Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon. Two McMahons can beat one Austin any day of the week, we hope. And we'll find out this Sunday. It's a ladder match. You see, you take the stock certificates that we own, and you take Stone Cold's title as CEO, and you sort of put it in a briefcase and put it on a sky hook somewhere above the ring. And it's real simple. Whoever gets the briefcase first wins all the goods and complete control of the World Wrestling Federation.
So it's all on the line, is what you're saying. You could lose everything.
It's all on the line.
All right, that was very convincing.
Right, thank you.
They didn't believe me, but when you did it.
Right.
Now, why not, since you own the company, it's your company, why not fire Stone Cold and just make yourself champion and then rehire him?
Actually, I've tried firing Stone Cold, but that doesn't work. As far as me being a champion, I don't think I'm really cut out to carry that kind of responsibility.
You don't think you could do it?
I don't think so. Not even for a day. It would just, see, we have something in the World Wrestling Federation known as credibility. And I don't think that would be too credible.
No, I don't think so. Let's talk about your someone who you're not too pleased with, a real-life foe, Ted Turner. Ted Turner, of course, has the rival wrestling organization.
Well,
he competes with you, and you don't like the man.
No, I really don't, but, my mom once told me, Mom said that if you can't say anything nice about someone, don't say anything else. So all I'll say about...
No, she said hit them with a collapsible chair.
All I'll say about Ted, he's a son of a bitch. Other than that, he's probably not a bad guy, but, don't like him at all.
Okay. But seriously, how do you feel about it?
I can't stand the son of a bitch.
Stop saying that.
Wow.
This isn't our Cinemax special, my friend. Now,
thought it was in the World Wrestling Federation.
No.
Hell.
Just because a poop dog was on earlier doesn't mean you have the license. Ted Turner has an action figure. You should see his.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
It takes lithium all day long, you know.
That's a lawsuit!
Yeah, another lawsuit. Just what I'm looking for.
Yeah, right. Let's see your look of fear when that lawsuit comes around. He can afford some lawyers.
I've been told that.
Yeah. King of the Ring is available this Sunday on pay-per-view.
Indeed.
And probably turn a profit, I'm betting.
I'm hoping it just might.
Yeah,
Might.
You just might squeak by.
Yeah, you know, we might.
You pulled up in a gold car to come to our show.
It was
Vince,
rusty, actually.
Yeah, right. Vince McMahon, get a new action figure, but thank you very much for coming by.
Thanks,
Vince McMahon, everybody, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Meanwhile, Stone Cold Steve Austin hits the late-night circuit, appearing on the Conan and O'Brien Show Friday night.
If you had told me a couple of years ago that I'd make a living flipping people off and drinking beer, well, I'd probably said you're crazy, but I seem to have been able to do that.
But what's weird for you is that your fans, you be driving along and you must have fans all the time flipping you the bird, right?
And again, it's all in the delivery, because I can be riding down the highway and then someone, you know, some ecstatic fans that come down the highway and they'll be giving you the business. You go, oh, they're Stone Cold fans. Yeah. Then every now and then you get the one who, of course, is not cool with the things I do, and you just got to read the lips a little bit, which I've become somewhat of an expert at. And you know that they're basically not a Stone Cold fan. They mean that to me. So, right. Yeah, that's when you avoid the whole road race thing.
I think a lot of your fans have been mistaking me for you, and
you know what?
I believe there's a similarity.
Well, you got a similar build. I know said that coming up.
People don't know, but if I strip to the waist, people would not be able to tell us apart.
Body double.
Yeah.
Well, you did the thing the other day about 2 nights ago. You flipped out of your chair and landed back here, and I said, man, what an athlete. Because last time,
I just slipped.
Last time we was here, I was talking about you had the runner's legs, all that.
Right.
You did the flip thing.
Right.
Bam, you're on the weights, you're in.
So you think all I need is a little bit of work, and I could become one of the most feared wrestlers of all time?
I don't know about feared. I don't expect anything to happen with Jesse the Body Ventura.
But let's say, for example, what if he does get in your face? The governor, Jesse Ventura. What if he starts to get in your face about something?
I'll give him that salute we were talking about earlier.
While Stone Cold laughs it up there, he'll be all business tonight at SummerSlam. Mankind's autobiography, Have a Nice Day, available now at bookstores everywhere. Or go to WWF.com for the huge Micktoberfest special and information on how to get an autographed copy of the book. And when you're a famous author, you're in demand. Mankind hitting the talk show circuit all week, including a stop with Conan O'Brien.
You're famous for, you use a smelly sweat sock called Socko to disable your opponents. And we only have a second, but there's Socko.
I have Mr. Socko. What I do, I apply a nerve hold, which is made doubly effective with the use of a smelly sweat sock, and I go underneath the tongue. Right. It's a hold that Dr. Sam Shepard of The Fugitive fame, the doctor who...
Another great reference.
The Fugitive show is based on. Yeah, you go underneath the tongue, and the fans at home, it's the only move that you can actually try on yourselves. So around the country, you might want to open up, go underneath the tongue, and press down on the 2 nerves, while simultaneously, big word for a wrestler, pressing up on the little bone that goes underneath the jaw.
And you can actually paralyze people by doing it.
Sure, it's a paralyzing pain. They can't
And
move.
the smelly sweat sock is just to humiliate them while you're doing it?
Yeah.
Well, before we go, we're just about out of time, but I know you're a sports fan. People are curious who you're rooting for in the World Series.
Well, I grew up in Long Island, and there's actually a little section in my book about the fondness I have for the memories of my dad taking me to Yankee Stadium, where I used to wait for the ball players. So I'd like to see the Yankees pull it out again. Yeah.
Taking care of the New York hater John Rocker lookalike. Somehow you gotta believe Mankind's not worried about any retaliation from Greg Maddux or Tom Glavine.
For Groucho back there.
What are you talking about? Groucho killed. What happens is backstage, the walls are so thick you can't hear how much laugh that got.
I see.
It can't penetrate. But out here, people were kind of going crazy, and we had to calm them down. But they're calm now. Boy, are they calm. So thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Well, thank you.
Great to have you here. And first thing I got to mention right away is we're looking at this footage of you doing these amazing acrobatics in the ring, and you're wearing this very skimpy costume, and you just have to wonder. I mean, you have a really impressive physique, but things have got to shift, things have got to move. Is there ever a problem, you know? I mean, I would just think that would be a problem, no?
I think it's becoming a pay-per-view event, that every time I do a pay-per-view, I end up losing my top or my pants or...
And that's just accidental.
That's what you pay the big bucks for.
That's right. Put an extra $50 to HBO or whatever, and something else will happen. But what are we talking about here? I mean, is this something where you need... I mean, what can you do about that, first of all? Has it ever happened where you're just starting to lose a major piece of clothing at a crucial moment in the match?
Well, like last year, for example, I had this beautiful costume made. I had these pants and a little halter top, and the seamstress put on something like 10,000 Swarovski crystals, and I was decked out to the nines thinking that I was going to go out there and be this glittering disco ball. And as soon as I stepped into the ring, my zipper busted before I'd even started to do the match. So I had to flip around, and every time I'd bend over, my pants were nearly halfway falling off. And the guys were so funny because they were trying to grab my pants and hold them up as I moved around the ring.
Wrestlers.
Yeah.
The other wrestlers are wrestling you, but at the same time trying to hold your pants on.
My pants, yeah. So they would.
How do you look ferocious in that moment? I'm gonna get you, China. I mean, what are they doing? It's just so weird. That's such a weird idea.
They tried to pin me in the middle of the ring, and I'd go, zip up my fur. See if my zipper's done.
Right. So it's
that little inside ring information that you don't see.
Right. And it's amazing because it is a real fight, so I'm surprised that would happen. That's just called good sportsmanship.
It was a real fight with my zipper.
You are famous in the ring, best known probably. Your best move is the low blow. Fair to say? Tell us a little bit about the low blow.
Well, it's basically a kick in the nuts.
I think.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Well, it's probably
the guys are like, ah.
Yeah. Women probably really like that move, and guys just lose their sense of humor about it.
Yes, they do.
What did you? I mean, where'd you pick up that move? Is it just, you know, is it just something that you diagrammed out first, or is it just came naturally? Just kick a guy in that very peculiar area.
Well, have you ever experienced that?
What, a blow?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not afraid to use it myself if I'm in trouble.
Be afraid, Conan.
Yeah.
Be very afraid.
I fight like a girl in 6th grade. I'm like, I kick out a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I was going to ask you to volunteer, but...
What, you're going to demonstrate it right here on me? No, I don't. No one wants to see now. Do you notice that a second ago they were looking at us like this, and now I say I'll do it to you, and they're all like... Whenever a guest mentions the idea of hurting Conan, people just come to life. They just love it.
In 4.5 years, I've never killed any guy.
There's an art to kicking someone in the crotch.
There
Truly
is.
an art to anything. Now, the Playboy magazine, was that a strange... That was a new experience for you? You're posing nude? I mean, I've yet to pose nude. The money's not high enough yet. We're at $40. Was that a weird experience for you to pose nude?
You know, it was weird. I thought it turned out to be the most beautiful thing. It's this glamorous, you know, pictorial, and you have blue, smoky lighting and fans in your hair, and, you know, while you're doing it, it's like you're basically on all fours with somebody trying to light up the crevice of your behind. So it's...
the crevice of your behind. What a poetic way to... the crevice of the behind.
Yeah,
the sun setting low. Yeah, I would think that, you know...
Experience, yes.
I saw you at the Emmys. Was it last year or the year before? You really stood out because you wore pretty much you wore like a wrestling outfit, and you were at the Emmys, which was really cool, I thought, because most people are wearing like a tuxedo or a dress or something.
I was voted worst dressed of the whole, you know, when they come out in the tabloids and you have all of your clothes evaluated and everything, and I got worst dressed, but I tell you, well, see, you still remember that dress.
Yeah,
I didn't mean
you
to,
stood
but
out, yeah.
Dress.
I liked it just fine.
While I was waiting in line to talk to Joan Rivers or Melissa Rivers, Matthew Broderick and his wife, Sarah Jessica Parker, were in front of me. And Matthew, who just basically, like, came up to here on me, stepped backwards.
How tragic for him. Yeah.
Stepped backwards and stepped on my foot. So I just decided to have a little fun. And when he turned around, he went like that. And I said, "You stepped on my foot." And he said, "I'm sorry." And I said, "Well, don't do it again." And I was
threatening Matthew Broderick at the Emmy.
Having fun. And the poor guy, I figured he would go, "She's really funny," and walk off. But he was scared to death, and they went off. I think I never saw him again.
China, I think when you start threatening people, I'm like, "Do you ever have luck with this joke? Hey, I'm going to kill you." You kill me, China. Well, China, If They Only Knew, is available, this book, The Ninth Wonder of the World, China. And your exercise tape, China Fitness, is available right now.
Are you going to try this? Are you a workout fanatic at all?
Yes. I'll be using that tonight and then tomorrow early and every day. I don't know. I don't use the videotapes that often. I use videotapes, but not those ones. No, you didn't. You took me wrong. Herbie and the Love Bug is on video. The Apple Dumpling Gang is on video. Filthy Minds.
I don't know what to say to that.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm expecting Groucho to...
No, don't worry. He crawled away. China, thank you very much for being here. Oh, and also, we got a special treat. Hold on one sec. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go, I have to mention, I mentioned earlier there are these different sweep stunts that people are doing. We're going to do one tonight. This is exciting. When we come back, you have to stick around. China is going to marry, right here on the show, her longtime boyfriend. This is going to be very exciting. This is really happening, so tune in after the break. We'll be right back. We'll see you in a second. Fine show tonight. We have a great show coming up tomorrow night. Dolly Parton is going to be with us. And from the show Grounded for Life and the new movie The $1 Million Hotel, very cool guy, Donal Logue, is going to be on the show. So, watch that program. Ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned before, something very special and unusual is happening on the show tonight. Tonight, China, as part of our sweep stunt, is going to marry her longtime secret boyfriend right here on the show. This is going to be absolutely unbelievable. This thing happens on TV, this kind of thing, once every couple of years. Sometimes twice a month, rarely that often. You folks ready for this? It's going to be pretty cool. All right. Let's go do it. Okay, China, you look beautiful. You ready for this?
I think so. I'm just a little nervous, Conan.
Okay, I understand. I'm a little nervous, too. I've never performed a wedding before, and I really have no authority. Well, it's time now to meet the mystery groom. Actually, he's a really good friend of ours, and I think a good friend of yours. Please welcome Little Jay Leno. Let us begin. Do you, Little Jay, take China to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, to love and to honor for the rest of your days? Okay, that's a yes. Do you, China, take Little Jay to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, to love and to honor, to hoist on your shoulders at outdoor concerts and related events for the rest of your days?
I do.
Then, by the power vested in me...
No! No! No!
Oh, my God! It's little Larry King!
No!
Everybody, we are back. My next guest first visited late night after winning a gold medal at the 1996 Olympic Games. That is not the Olympics right there. Or is it? He's now one of the biggest stars in the WWF, which probably matches that footage, and can be seen this Sunday defending his King of the Ring title on pay-per-view. Please welcome Kurt Angle. Man, that is not what I look like when I wear that shirt. Let me tell you something.
You have a shirt like this?
No, not even. It would crush me, the weight of it. No, this, I gotta say, your neck, that is one of, and I mean this as a compliment, that is one of the biggest necks I have ever seen.
You know, that's funny you say that because in college, I had the biggest complex about my neck. In high school, I didn't even know about it. I got to college, a big recruit for Clarion University of Pennsylvania.
And you were probably a top recruit, right?
Yes, yes. I won a national title in high school, in wrestling, of course. And I went on to college, went to this big party my first night. And this girl comes up to me and says, you know what? You know what you look like? I said, what, honey? She said, a thumb.
Wow!
And I was like, oh my God, this girl is telling me I look like a thumb. Then she draws a smiley face on, and she's walking around going, hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I look like a thumb.
Who is this woman?
I'm not even gonna mention her name.
It's like,
so
really
I had the biggest complex. Yeah, I went back to my room, stayed in my room for about 3 days. I figured out any way possible to make my neck look smaller. I was wearing turtlenecks.
Is there a Slim Fast Shake for your neck? It just specializes on the neck area.
Well, I was wearing turtlenecks, but I found out it actually made it look bigger.
I would think, yeah.
So,
that calls attention to the neck.
Yes, yes.
And you're like, I'll put neck bolts on. No, that doesn't work. I'll draw arrows up to my head to divert attention.
Yeah, it's 21.5 inches. I just had it measured.
Wow.
I measured every day. I'm hoping it'll get smaller as I get older. But,
yeah, well, some things do. Now listen, the important thing is that was cheap, but I don't care. Now, the first time you were on the show, we should talk about this. The first time you were on the show, you came on the show as a medal winner a gold medal winner in the Olympics.
Medal, yes.
And you're this big hero and everyone's cheering. Now, when you enter the stage, take the stage with the WWF,
yes.
You are booed every time. Now explain that.
I don't know. I don't know why. I was the biggest hero in the United States in 1996. But actually, in the WWF, what we did is we made this character, Kurt Angle, the Olympic hero, and he basically preaches to the crowd about how to live your life. Intensity, integrity, and intelligence, the 3 I's. But, you know...
And also, this character is kind of full of himself. And
very
really,
full.
Right.
And he's very oblivious to anything else. All he wants to do is win gold, 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 gold.
Right.
When I first made my debut, I had 24 gold medals around my neck.
Right, right.
I mean, it was like, my neck even looked bigger because it was like protruding.
Yeah.
Over.
Everything involves your neck in your life. I've noticed.
Gold medals around my neck, yes. And but I don't have that much integrity. You know, I'll cheat to win, do whatever I have to do.
So they've devised this way for people to kind of turn on you as you're this pompous guy
I think on their town.
Right.
You know, I was in Orlando last night. I said, you know, I just talked to my good friend Shaquille O'Neal, and obviously he played for Orlando, and I said, and he did the right thing by moving out of this dump and winning back-to-back consecutive titles for L.A.
Right, right.
And, you know, I say stuff like that, and the fans are just like, oh, I hate this guy.
Isn't that a strange feeling to walk into, in front of a group of people that much and alienate them so completely? I mean, you do it intentionally. I just do it every, you know, but... I just kind of happen to do it sometimes, but you go out of your way, and you're going out there to make all these people really mad at you, and when they're booing the loudest, that's when you're doing your job the best.
Right, that's when I feel the best about myself.
That's really funny. That's hilarious.
It's fun. As you know, it's a lot of fun.
There you go. Yeah. Now you feel like I did during that baby joke. You are married. What does your wife do?
She owns a nail salon.
She owns a nail salon?
Yes, in Pittsburgh.
Oh, and so she...
You can't tell?
Nice. Huh?
Once a week.
Yeah, that would be funny if that's the first thing I commented on.
This is quality time with my wife. My wife, Karen, the way we spend our time together when I come home for 1 or 2 days a week is she does my nails, she does my toes, she gives me hand and foot massages, and that's called quality time. I really don't want her to do it, but she considers it time together.
You know, I have never had a manicure or pedicure in my life. I know there are men that do it. My
wife would love you.
Why?
She'd go to work on you for hours.
Well, they're not.
what I meant to say.
For those of you just tuning in, what he meant was... No, but you know what? I've heard that some guys' feet are just so out of control. I mean, like, and mine might be out of control, but they have to, like, get out the welding iron and the sander.
Yours is what my wife would consider jacked up. Okay, and she gets a few of those feet in her salon a couple times a week, and it's not the best.
Where it's like the guy hasn't paid attention to his feet for 10 years. The toes are curled around and growing into each other, and she has to literally saw them away.
Saw them off. Yeah, use a nail file, anything actually a real file, something like that. Yeah.
Now, do her friends know what you do for a living? Do they know that you're on the WWF?
Oh, yeah, and boy, she catch a lot of flack. You know, there was one time where I actually had to kiss the owner's daughter, Stephanie McMahon, on television.
Right.
And I called my wife that day and said, listen, I'm going to have to kiss this other beautiful girl. And, you know, and my wife was cool about it. You know, Stephanie and I are good friends, and her and Stephanie are good friends.
Right, it meant nothing. It's just an act, yeah.
But the women at the salon, when they watched it, oh, did they go crazy. I mean, they were bringing in pecan pies and presents saying, honey, I feel so bad for you. And, you know, it's like they can't even let the show be the show and life be real life. You know, they kind of mix it in.
Well, it's weird, too, if you, let's say you were really cheating on your wife, that would be the best excuse in the world. Like, Sammy and Martel, no, that's all just part of the WWF. It's all in your mind, baby. Just keep that in mind in case... Now, anyway, King of the Ring is this Sunday on pay-per-view, and tomorrow night at 10, catch the premiere of WWF Tough Enough on MTV. Thanks so much for coming back. It's a rough thing to go through, folks. All right, we're going to move on to our... Just walk it off there, Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, at over 7 feet tall and nearly 500 pounds. 7 feet tall, nearly 500 pounds. That'll cheer you up, buddy. My next guest, literally one of the biggest stars in World Wrestling Entertainment. This Sunday, he'll be fighting in the Royal Rumble on pay-per-view. Please welcome Big Show. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Now,
that was a tough call.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have done that.
Big Show, when you came out here, you've got to get over this, Tom. We have a show to do.
My God, man, you've got to live on.
He'll be all right now. He's let's get this straight. You're 7 feet tall.
Yes.
You are almost 500 pounds.
Well, I've lost a little bit of weight. I'm down to about 450 now.
Nice.
You know, and of course, one trip to McDonald's, I can kill that real quick.
That's a great ad for McDonald's.
I'll take the left side.
Right.
Yeah, well, the heck with it.
The left side.
They're not paying me $1. Never mind. No, you know.
Now, you used to be a bouncer for a while. You were a bouncer. That's how you earn money.
Well, when you're this big, it's not like I'm going to get a job as like a bikini model.
Actually, there was just an offer not 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, that guy won't stop calling me.
Yeah, right. When you were a bouncer, was anybody stupid enough to try and pick a fight with you?
You know, no, not really.
Because mostly I would think people would just see you and think, okay, I'm going to behave myself here.
There was one time I was working the front door in Philadelphia, and it was cold out. Of course, it was in Philly, wintertime. This guy comes through the door, drawn, calling me names, everything else. Hey, he's leaving. I'm not worried about it. Then he said, like, the trigger word. The word that all tall men go into a spastic rage over. You know, few adjectives, and the word lurch came out.
He called you lurch?
Yeah. I mean, and at that time, it was one of those things, my eyes rolled in my head, and I mushroom cloud. And he's getting into a cab. Now, he's 25 feet away. And the only thing I had in my hand was a cookie. I had a real hard chocolate chip cookie. And I pitched a little baseball when I was in high school. So I winged an 85-mile-an-hour chocolate chip cookie in the back of his head.
Wait a minute, you're 7 feet tall, you're almost 500 pounds, and the way that you fight people is you throw cookies at them? Yeah. You're like, I can't believe it. You're like, I'll show you.
Well, it's not like
macadamia nut.
It's not like I can go smash the back of the guy's skull in.
So you hit him. You hit him.
So I hit him with a cookie, and cookie fragments fly over the hood of the cab. You know, the guy even stumbles into the cab, turns around, gives me the finger gesture where I'm number one. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Big Bird, live from Sesame Street.
Yes, yes.
So anyway.
I know what the finger
dives
is.
into the cab, now
I've worked in front of live audiences for a long time. I know the finger. All right, go ahead.
So as he dives into the cab, I dive in after him. Because he flipped me the bird. And I'm mad.
Yeah.
Then he didn't realize the cab driver was inside going to the bathroom, so the cab had no driver.
So this guy gives you the finger, then jumps in the back of a cab and says, let's get out of here, and there's no driver. I love it.
Yeah.
So what happens when you get in the cab? You probably don't even have to hit someone.
No, I got about that far from his face and didn't realize that he was urinating on himself and quickly got out of the cab.
We learned that people communicate fear through their butt.
Yeah.
Yes, so
exactly.
Do I have an electric
butt?
Yeah. I have no idea.
A guy your size, do you fear anything? Is there anything you fear?
Anything I fear? Just my wife.
Yeah, no?
I mean, you know, when I was single, you know, probably just getting my heart broke. That was about it.
Oh, really? Oh.
Well, you know, I was never, you know, America's sexiest man, like, you know.
Seven.
My mom and my wife think they're number one.
Yeah. The sting won't go away.
Yeah, I always knew that, you know, before I got into, you know, sports entertainment and became famous, I always knew that when I was in the bar, and if a hot chick walked up to me in a bar, I knew right away she either had a jerk for a boyfriend she wanted to get rid of, or she was moving and had heavy furniture. There's no bottom line.
That
Something
can't
like
be
this. So it'd be
true.
like, you got a boyfriend that's a jerk? Oh, you're moving. Okay. 2 dates with sex, we'll take care of it. That's how they do it. I had to broker myself out like a moving company.
Nice.
Yeah.
Classy.
Honey, I'm just kidding. I swear I never did any of that.
Yeah.
I'm so dead when I get home. Anyway.
She's not watching. Do you love married life? Do you like being married?
You know, I love being married because, you know, I'm one of those kind of guys that I really overshot the bar. I have like a really, really tall, hot, good-looking wife. She walks through the house, I go like, yeah! You know, I pulled that off. Yeah, it's me. I did it. Yeah, I do a little dance, whole deal, you know. But
so you, in fact, feel you created her?
Oh, I do. I want to show the world, this is my wife. I did this. I'm not handsome, but I have a gorgeous wife.
Right.
So anyway, the only problem with being married is like you have to take into consideration that you now have a partner who enjoys other things on the television.
Oh.
You know, like me, I'm an ESPN guy. I like movies. I like westerns. I mean, that's my kind of deal.
Right.
My wife watches that channel.
What's that channel?
The Ovary Channel.
There's an Ovary Channel now?
It's some kind of Lifetime thing or something.
Oh.
They run 20 straight hours of the Golden Girls. There's 4 70-year-old plus women all trying to get laid, and we're watching this?
All right.
I'm repulsed by it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my gosh, he's so handsome. I think I just might go out and have sex with him.
You're 70.
All right, well, come on.
It's not funny. I live in Florida. It's disgusting.
No, they have lives. Don't turn off that channel, old people. They've got lives. They do things. Life doesn't have to end when you're 70 or even when you're 90, I say.
I guess you've got a high population of older people.
We have a lot of old people watching, yeah.
Yes, I won't be back, will I?
No, you'll be back. You'll just be bringing an old date with you to apologize. The Royal Rumble airs this Sunday on pay-per-view. Yep. And Tickles.
Tickle.
Tickle.
You said tickle him. Come on, tickle. Now, you know what? If I was Claudia Schiffer,
I thought a lot of things might happen to me. I never thought Big Show would be tickling me at the end of the show. And what are you really going to do about it? All right, Tom, it's your turn to tickle.
Tickle.
Tickets. Damn it, tickets for WrestleMania 19 are on sale now. Big Show, everybody. Give him a hand. We'll be right back. Stu Johansson. Great job. All right, my first guest tonight started his career in professional wrestling, then turned his sights to Hollywood, acting in such films as The Mummy Returns and The Scorpion King. Now he's the star of the brand new movie, The Rundown. Please welcome The Rock. When I don't know why they do that. I've been here a while.
You're cursed with that beauty.
Yeah, cursed with that beauty. Thank you. I got to say, I was scared there for a second because a lot of guests come out slowly, but you came running out and running right at me. And you have you experienced The Rock running right at you? It was for a minute I thought you were going to rip my head off. I really.
Oh, okay. No, but are you good now? Everything's cool.
I'm good now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I feel much better. You're a very peaceful. You're a very tranquil person. It seems to me.
I feel. You know, it's my favorite show. Come on.
Well, that's nice of you to say. Thank you.
No, I'm only kidding.
You said the same thing on Sally Jesse not long ago. How have you been? Life is good. I mean, people really like this movie.
I've been great, yeah. Very, very lucky. The reviews for The Rundown have been great, and we wanted to make a great, fun movie, funny movie.
Right.
Peter Berg, the director, I thought did a great job. It was great just working with everybody. Sean William Scott, Christopher Walken.
Right, seems like it's a fun group of people. And I wanted to ask you, first of all, Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken, he's been on this show. He's been on this show many times, and what's great is Christopher Walken could come out and he could just, read from like the recipe on a Kellogg's box, and people would laugh. Just pretty much him doing. Do you find that to be true as well? That him just in regular life he's a very funny guy when he's not even trying to be.
You're absolutely right, by the way. And to know Chris now that I've gotten to know him, yeah, anything he does anything, and it's funny. For example, we had this one big scene, and we shot the scene, and it was a couple of days before Thanksgiving, and he came by. Here, let's act it out real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I'll be walking.
Oh.
Okay. You be me.
I'll be you. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Pump up a little bit. Good. Good.
All right.
Can you?
Yeah, I can't do much more than that. Yeah. This is me being you. It's just, I'm The Rock. All right.
Oh, that's good, man. Can you make yourself a little bigger in here?
Yeah. I won't go in. You get the idea. All right.
Okay, so he comes by the trailer. He's like, hey, Rock, great job. You did a great job.
That's not a bad walking.
It's not bad. It's not bad. So as he's leaving, he's kind of walking out, and you got to say, hey, Chris, happy Thanksgiving.
This was me. This was you saying it to him. So I just say like, hey, Chris, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
He's got a very odd timing, doesn't he?
Yeah, that cadence, that
He
rhythm.
looked at you for a while.
Look at me.
Speaking of big celebrities, last time you were on the show, I got you to do an Arnold impression. And then I was hoping that it wouldn't get you into trouble. Did he ever find out that you did the Arnold impression?
Well, speaking of Arnold, he has a cameo in The Rundown.
Right.
And he did. He called me up, and he's like, Rock, let me tell you something. I saw you on Conan O'Brien. and I'm like, who's it? He's like, I saw you on Conan O'Brien. I like that.
Who is this? Yeah. You know who this is. And was he mad about it?
Well, yeah, I mean, he was like, if you ever do that again, I'll come over there and I'll slap Conan's lips off his face.
Wait a minute. If you ever do that again, he's going to come out. That's no fair. I got to ask you about something. We didn't make this up. Sometimes on this show, we make things up. We invent them. This is not made up. This actually is running in magazines right now. It's an ad for a porcelain doll of a baby Rock called Little Rock. And I gotta know, what the hell is... What is going on here? What is that?
See, okay. See, here's the problem with this.
There's a couple of problems with
There's a lot of problems with this.
Let's not define the problem with this.
But my first problem is, there's something wrong with portraying me as a baby and looking like a little pimp.
Yeah. You're like a little baby pimp here, yeah. This isn't what you acted like when you were a baby, was it? Maybe it was, I don't know.
Well,
Do you get a piece of this? You must, right? Every time they sell one of those?
Yes.
Sweet change.
Could you buy some, please?
Yeah, we're going to order hundreds. Now I think the word's out. People are going to go buy this
They're
thing.
rushing right now.
In this movie, yeah, people are leaving right now. I want to ask you about this movie because we were watching all these clips from the movie today, and there's some pretty great, cool stunts in this movie. You actually work with a monkey in this movie, and I've worked with like chimpanzees before when you do comedy bits, and it can get rough because they're very unpredictable. And what was your experience working with a monkey?
Just very. Wow. That's funny. That's good.
Right.
You're like, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Please finish your story.
I am interested. I want to know what happened with you and the monkey.
Well, the monkeys, they scream, they howl, and they're nasty. And the one monkey in particular, Peter Berg, really wanted authenticity. With this particular scene where you're hanging upside down, and the monkey is humping my face, the side of my face. Yeah.
Was that just spontaneous that the monkey did that? Was it?
Well, I had asked in monkey lingo.
Yeah.
But there's one monkey in particular. He's like a teenage monkey, and who really, really horny, and he had like his little, red tube of lipstick sticking out. Yeah. No, but he wasn't. It wasn't happening here with me. No, it wasn't like that. He was just.
He was an aroused adolescent monkey.
Yes, absolutely, and that was the one that had to jump on us, jump off us, jump on us. So it was really interesting because every once in a while he would jump on Sean William Scott and kind of get a little pinto to the cheek.
Man.
Well, yeah, no, wait. You can't knock the monkey love until you try it. It's not.
Wow, that's a sentence I've never heard on this show before. Do not knock the monkey love until you've tried it. The monkey love.
The monkey love, yeah.
Wow. Did the monkey eventually calm down? I guess.
Eventually.
Yeah.
After he, he was able to do what he had to do, but he's,
What a nice finish to that story.
Yeah.
All right, well,
very good.
Let me ask you quickly about, I've met many action stars on this show over the years, and I don't think people realize this at home, but a lot of them are not physically as big as they appear to be on camera. I got to tell you, The Rock is one of the only ones I've known who, you meet him in person, and he's a big, powerful guy. Were you always this big? Did you bloom late, or were you?
No, I was always a big kid, and even in 4th grade, 5th grade, I was probably 6'2", 6'3" when I was 13 years old, 14 years old.
No, seriously?
Yeah, and I had this big-ass afro, which made me about, 6'7". And in Hawaii, where I grew up, we were able to get our driver's license at 14. So when we moved from Hawaii, I moved to, of all places, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Good move. Yeah. Hawaii to Pennsylvania. Palm trees, sun, beautiful women. Strip mining.
So it would be difficult to, especially with the girls, because I would go to different high schools, and we kind of moved around, and everybody always thought that I was an undercover cop at 15.
Just because you were just big guy?
Big. By the time I was 15, I was 6'4", 240 pounds, and I was, yeah. Wow. Yeah, so it was always kind of difficult, especially with the girls, because I was like, hey, you're trying to throw some rap. I'm like, hey, mama. Yeah.
Let me tell you, I never tried to throw some rap on any girl in high school, especially not by saying, hey, mama. That didn't work. Hey, mama. That works for The Rock. That doesn't work for me. Did it work for you, though?
No, it never
work
worked.
for you.
Not like that.
You got to try mine, then, The Rock. Let me tell you. You're going about it all wrong.
Yes, I will try that.
I want to make sure
Can you do that again? That's very funny.
Oh, you like it? Something on that. Now, we have a clip here from the rundown, and like I say, we were looking at a lot of these clips today, and there's just a lot of great action. I don't know which clip this is. Do you know which one this is?
It's entitled Option C, and that's my character, Beck. That's his code, basically. He gives the he gives the people who he's going to pick up 2 options. You have option A or you have option B.
Right.
Sean William Scott in this scene insists that there's an option C. I insist that there's not, and this is what happens.
All right, let's take a look. I wouldn't try. See, I don't believe that someone would try that on you. That's the only part that's unbelievable.
What, the option C?
Yeah, no, I myself wouldn't try that move on you. I just wouldn't, but that's just me. I'm a physical coward.
What would you do?
I would get you to look the other way, and then I would have a lot of friends with me. That would be... but I'm a coward. The Rundown is in theaters right now, and we're really happy for you. You're doing great.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot for coming by.
Thank
The Rock, Isaac Mizrahi coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stick around. We're back. It's all good. Fine show tonight. Stay tuned next week, though. We got some great guests coming up, including Alec Baldwin, Val Kilmer, Lisa Kudrow, Carmen Electra, Sean William Scott, Jack Black, much, much more. Those are good shows. Those are really... I stand behind those ones. Back. My next guest is one of the most popular wrestlers in the WWE and the author of this new book, Making the Game. He's also made his big screen debut in the new movie Blade Trinity. Please welcome Triple H. I'm quick and I'm clever. That's the way I would defeat you. Many small jabs that you wouldn't feel, but like a hummingbird, 1,000 of these would eventually bring you down.
Eventually chipping away at my foundation.
Exactly. That would be my strategy with you, and I'd be killed. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How about
you? You look
yourself?
good.
Busy.
You're busy.
Got
well,
a lot
I know
of
you got
stuff
this.
going on.
First of all, let's talk about this book. You got a new book. I was flipping to this, and there's some photos in here of you without your shirt on. You and I are not the same species. There's this picture of you here without your shirt where you're just showing your back. That's 9 of my backs tied together. You could land a plane on that back.
Renting it out to show movies on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you have to? What do you have to do to expand it to like that? I mean, is it just?
Well, you got to read the book.
See, that's the other thing I want to talk to you about. You read the book, and there are all these photos in here of you doing the exercises. And there's this subliminal message, do these exercises and you too will look like Triple H. No, that is not true. You could strap me to a giant wheel that I turned forever. I would never put on muscle. It would never happen.
Honestly, if you read the book and you applied all the things that are in it, you could eventually build your body up. You might have to read it more.
Even me, is what you're saying. Look how he's being delicate there. He's like, you could build your body up a little bit.
You might have to read it more than once.
Yeah.
But eventually,
yes,
if you followed the principles in the book, you could get your body to even out with your head. You know what I mean?
That is wrong. That is wrong what you just did. Fear my attack when it comes. Like a storm, it will sweep over you.
Let me know when it's coming.
Yeah, that's always been a problem. I won't even, you make a joke, but I have a giant, it's a melon. It's a giant melon.
Yeah.
And then a body that just sort of tapers away from the giant head.
Well, it's also optical illusion. The giant pompadour doesn't help.
You think it's calling attention to the giant head?
Yeah, it's like a beacon.
Yeah, but my strategy was the big hair minimizes the fat Irish puss, you see? And then the body just sort of disappears after that. It was all a strategy.
Turn to the side.
Huh?
It's not working.
Okay. I will fight you. But you think even I could add, if I applied these techniques, I would...
Even you, and that's why I wrote the book. You know, I started out as a 14-year-old kid that went to the gym, and somebody kind of pointed me in the right direction, and it led me to where I am today.
Right.
I think that anybody can go in the gym and learn how to do this stuff and apply the principles that you learn in bodybuilding, the dedication,
all that stuff. Apply it to your life and become successful at anything you want to do.
The minute I start to feel the burn, I stop. Is that wrong? I feel a burning sensation, I stop, and I go to the infirmary.
Yeah.
And then I eat pudding and watch television. That has been my training regimen.
It's supposed to be no pain, no gain, not a little pain, go home. Yeah.
Mine is feel pain, eat pudding. It's been... Now, this is everybody knows about this. You married Vince McMahon's daughter, the boss's daughter.
Yeah.
And this is... Is this a good idea to marry the boss's daughter or a bad idea?
I guess it depends on the day. If she's really mad at me, it's a bad idea.
Right.
Yeah, as long as I'm pretty good, it's a good idea.
Right.
We get along great. I've always had a good relationship with Vince, and she and I get along great, so it's awesome.
Now, was there a wrestling theme to the wedding or the honeymoon? Since you're both wrestlers, was there anything, you know?
Well, there's funny parts to it is, Vince, my father-in-law, actually wrestled my fiance 6 days before my wedding on pay-per-view.
Right.
So I was like petrified one of them was going to come to the wedding with a black eye or a broken arm or something, but fortunately they didn't. As far as my wedding goes, you know, I've been in the wrestling business so long, I really don't have any friends outside of the wrestling business. So my wedding party was like the world's largest wedding party. Everybody on the groom's side was like 7 feet, 300 pounds, and all these little girls on my wife's side. It was kind of a circus event.
So instead of like stomping on a glass, you broke a chair over someone's head. Now pronounce you man and wife.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That was actually pretty close to the event.
What really happened? Yeah. Now, Blade Trinity. This is your big screen debut.
Yeah.
Did you get advice from other wrestlers who've gone into the movies? Did you seek out, any kind of...
Have you ever seen some of the movies some of the other wrestlers have made?
I think I know what
it's not like I went to Hulk Hogan and said, brother, show me what you did in Mr. Nanny, or, you know, give me the pointers that made Suburban Commando such a hit, you know?
You're talking about two very important movies to me. He wears a tutu in Suburban Commando, doesn't he?
I actually think that's Mr. Nanny he wears, the tutu.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's hard to get those big-time Oscar-type Academy Award-winning movies. They're hard to... Sometimes you mess them up, you know?
Could he take you in a fight when he hears this? What would happen if he saw this comment, got angry, and fought you on pay-per-view? Who would win? He's pretty old now. He's in his mid to late 70s, isn't he?
Is, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
If I were to wrestle him now, we'd have to have a dustpan under the ring to sweep him up and take him back to...
Very nice, very nice. Oh, the whole tenor of this crowd has changed now. Oh, if you want to see it happen, turn it into pay-per-view.
How'd you get his whole family here?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Well, Making the Game is in stores now, and Blade Trinity is in theaters right now.
In theaters right now with Wesley Snipes, Jessica Biel, Ryan Reynolds. And catch me at the Virgin Mega Store in Union Square doing a book signing tomorrow night.
You're all over the place.
I'm everywhere.
You're a busy man.
Yeah.
Fear me. When I attack you, you'll remember it. That's all I'm saying. What's that over there? I can't think that... It actually hurts when you do that, even pretending. I need pudding right now. Triple H, everybody. We'll take a break. When we come back, Avril Lavigne. Tonight began his career in professional wrestling. Now he's become a movie star with such films as The Mummy Returns and The Scorpion King. Starting today, you can see him in Walking Tall. Please welcome The Rock. Have a seat there, my friend. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They're screaming for you.
That was all for me. Embarrassing you had to be here for it. How awkward they couldn't wait till you were gone.
I got to ask you right from the top. You have got to, if you could do me the honor.
Yes.
If you could show me how to do the string dance.
String dance. String dance is simple. String dance. We had Usher. We had Usher on the show just the other day, and I gave him a string dance lesson. Okay, first what you do, you lick the fingers. you got to grab the string. Right? Then you grab the string here on the side, you lift, and then it's like ding, 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 ding. Then this is important. You cut the string, the hip falls.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Forgot. Grab the strings.
Yeah.
Ting, 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 ting. Very good, Thank you.
Well, congratulations, you're now 50% less cool. Good job, Rock.
Hey, can you show me what the bear was doing?
I wasn't really paying attention. Maybe you could show me. No, things are going so well for you.
Everything's great.
Yeah, everything's going really well. And this is a sign that you've really made it, I believe, in our society. You got a call from Dunkin' Donuts, and they offered to name a pastry after you, a donut. Is that right?
Yes.
They offered to name a donut after The Rock.
That is true. Yes. That's when you know you've actually made it. Man, what a great feeling. You know, and throughout the press, I think I was doing press for the Rundown, and in the process, I said, yeah, I really love donuts and Dunkin' Donuts, and so I get a call from them at the office saying, you know, we'd like to name a donut after The Rock, and I thought, that's cool. You know, you got a lot of things going on. Yeah, why not?
Right.
Then I started to think, well. Then I started thinking of people actually eating the donut.
Right.
Then I started to think, well, does it look like an eclair?
Right.
Is it cream filled?
Right.
You know, how are they like eating the donut? And then I thought, nah, there's just no way.
Yeah.
But unless, would you ever be interested in a Rock donut, Conesy?
Did you just call me Conesy? I will take you down, my friend. You have to admit that there's. I know you think, okay, you're in great shape, you're The Rock, that you could take me, but there's a little fear in your eye, isn't there? Because I'm a wild man. You never know what I'd do. You never know. I'm so unpredictable as a fighter. I'm an unknown quantity. Admit that.
I know you have that X factor and that intangible. You will knock me into next week and whip my ass for leaving. There's no way.
All right, let's pretend that's true. So I think don't go for the donut. It's weird. It's not good for your image. Yeah. Oh, there's a cream-filled donut named after me. You don't want that. Let me ask you. Sorry, Dunkin' Donuts. I love your product. You can send me some donuts if you want. Maserati, you make a good car. There'll be one tomorrow in my office. You're making a movie now, I understand. You're shooting it right now where you sing. This role calls for you to sing.
It does. Yes.
Tell us, what movie is this?
It's a comedy with John Travolta and Uma Thurman. It's called Be Cool, F. Gary Gray's directing. A very, very funny movie. So I play a villainous gay bodyguard.
Look, I have to do this. I have to hold my eyebrow up. I can't do it naturally.
I know, but I could do that, but I can't do the hair. Yes.
If I was a wrestler, that would be my hook. You know that, don't you? I'd do that. And then I'd be beaten within an inch of my life. So you play a gay singing bodyguard?
Villainous gay bodyguard. I'm trying to convince John Travolta with him. I could sing. I have talent. So picture me transforming myself with an afro, a lot darker goatee, very tight red satin cowboy outfit with a with a cowboy
The ladies
hat.
And one guy are excited.
And singing of all songs, this song. It'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can. 'Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man.
Wow, that's not bad. You can pull it off.
So singing that to those guys, so picture that.
Yeah, that must be a great moment. Did you step outside your body when you were shooting that scene and think, this is really weird that I'm doing this?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you about your family. I know that you're Your father was in the wrestling business and an entertainer?
Yes, my dad was a wrestler. My grandfather was a wrestler.
So like this is in your blood, the entertaining. You have a little baby girl, is that right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so
Baby
is
girl.
she going to get into entertainment? Is she going to be a performer, do you think?
Well, you know, the funny thing is I have these philosophical conversations, and you'll get there. I know you have a baby girl. And it's a beautiful thing, you know, and she's 2.5, and I'm sitting her down when we're all by ourselves, like, okay, baby, well, you know that Daddy's filming a big movie, and one day he's going to show it to you, and we're going to watch it, and then maybe one day you could do big things, whatever you want to do. Do you understand what Daddy's saying? And she's like, Daddy time poo-poo.
Daddy time poo-poo.
Poo-poo.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's when they're 18 and saying that you have to worry.
That's the problem, yeah.
It's when there's no evolution after that. Daddy time poo-poo, dude. Daddy time poo-poo. Peeling off in a beautiful Maserati. Now...
Oh, with Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. In the trunk.
With the bear.
Don't keep bringing up the bear.
I saw that.
I'm trying to elevate this classy show, and you keep mentioning that bear. I don't know how he gets in here. Now, you're making the movie that you're promoting now, Walking Tall. Yes. This is obviously was a classic that you've remade, and yes. You did this movie with Johnny Knoxville.
Yes.
Was Johnny Knoxville making any, doing any of his stunts on the set, or trying to pull any stunts on you? Was there any of that going on?
Well, no, not really, because you know, then I'd try and pull the stunt of just an all day long fresh ass whooping.
But that's your stunt that you can always pull. That was really funny, Johnny. Now look at my stunt. Bam.
But he's a crazy guy, and the whole thing, you know, the Jackass thing. Like he's a great guy, and he's a great guy, and he's great in the movie. But you know, some of his buddies, man, those guys are crazy. You know, I turned on Jackass one time, and I never got the whole putting a bottle rocket in the anus. I just didn't understand that.
Well, you just haven't tried it, my friend.
Don't knock it till I try it.
Exactly.
Okay. Where's the bear?
What a time I had. What? Well, now let's talk about Walking Tall, because we have a clip here, but I want to make sure people we set this up appropriately. People know what the story is.
Yes, it's inspired by a true story. This incredible story, entertaining movie. A soldier comes home only to find that the town is corrupt. And back 40 years ago, it was moonshine and prostitution. Now it's crystal meth.
Right.
And it affects his family. And he decides to take a stand and fight for what he firmly believes in. And he decides to walk tall.
Okay, and this is a scene...
which, by the way, and there's nothing better, especially this day and age. It's nothing fancy. It's just, it's straight ahead. No CGI, no special effects, and it's just awesome.
Right, it's not you. It's just this is just you.
Sure.
Ass whooping time. Yeah.
Exactly, and taking a 4x4 and just handing out blue collar ass whoopings.
Oh, I think everyone will see what you're talking about in this clip from Walking Tall. Looking for you. That's great. That's one of my favorite things. That's one of my favorite things from action movies is that you kill 9 people with a board, and then there's still a guy who sees all that happen and then goes, now it's my turn.
That's right.
I saw him kill 9 other people, but now I'm going to get in there. No. That was great. Walking Tall is in theaters now. Thanks for coming and bringing the rock magic wherever you go. The Rock! Colin Quinn, come on, take a break. All right, at over 7 feet tall and nearly 500 pounds, my next guest is literally one of the biggest stars in sports entertainment. This Sunday, he'll be fighting in WrestleMania 21 on pay-per-view. Don't worry, that guy's fine. Please welcome Big Show. Nice guy. Nice, Big Show. I love you. How you doing? I'm good. Good Lord, you're a big man. Let's talk. You've been here before. We're good pals. Buddies. I've fought you many times. I win half the time. Yeah,
that check's late, too.
Yeah, I'll get that to you.
Yeah, okay.
And let's talk about you must have gotten large at a fairly young age. How big were you in kindergarten?
Yeah, it's funny. When I turned 6 years old, it was a very depressing time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I was 101 pounds at 6 years old.
6 years old to 101 pounds?
101 pounds. And I remember feeling like, oh, my goodness, that was terrible. But looking back at the photos, you know, I'm sorry I didn't bring any. But
Right.
I was a square kid.
Just square, meaning?
Square head, square shoulders, square hands, square feet.
Right, right.
Yeah, and I wasn't fat. I mean, you could see my ribs. I was just a big framed kid.
Big frame kid. It's funny because a lot of people, when they're that young, like, I wish that I had been bigger and bulkier. I was a scrawny kid, you know, and other fellows picked on me.
I bet you were fast, though.
Oh, yeah, I've always been quick. I'm hard to catch. But then they always catch me, and it's very ugly.
If I'd known you then, I'd have had your back. Nobody
You would have befriended me,
I would have
right?
been your friend, yeah.
You'd have been like that's very sweet. We should do a buddy movie together.
Right, you know.
Big Show and his pal Norbert. Big Show, let's go. Come with me, Big Show. I've got a plan. We're going to get this on the WB. It's going to be good. I would think, you know, it must be difficult for you because so many things in life, especially in your profession, you have to travel a lot, aren't sized for you. Like, if you get a rental car, how do you fit in a rental car?
You know, that is unbelievable. The one thing that drives me nuts is I'm a very patient person, and I understand that sometimes when people see me and they scream and run the other way, it's just a natural reaction.
Or light torches and wave them at you.
Chase me with pitchforks, you know.
Yeah.
You know. But when you go to a rental car counter, and part of our business is traveling a lot, and sometimes we have to drive, 250, 300 miles a night to get to the next town to perform. And when I'm looking at a 20-year-old rental car agent, and with a straight face, I'm trying to get, a larger SUV or something big enough to drive. They look at me with a straight face and say, Mr. White, we have a Taurus for you. And I say with all sincerity, what would you like me to do? Strap it to my foot and skate to the town? Part of being able to drive a car is being able to shut the door.
Right.
I don't think the highway patrol would like me riding down the road like this.
Right. Now, what about airplane travel? Is that, can you when you fly commercial, is there...
Yeah, the seats have changed a lot. Some genius in the airline industry decided to say that, you think when you get a first-class seat, that you'd have a bigger seat.
Right.
Some genius decided to make the seat smaller, and they can put more seats in there and charge more money.
Right. That guy is actually very smart.
If I ever meet him, he's strangled on sight.
Yeah.
But the smaller commuter planes sometimes cause a problem. I remember calling my wife one time. I was on a small commuter flight somewhere in Texas to somewhere else in Texas, and it was like 17 people on the flight. And I remember telling my wife, and I forget how loud sometimes my voice is. My wife asked, she said, well, honey, how's it going? I said, well, honey, it's the first time I've ever been on an airplane where I actually feel like I'm wearing it.
Right.
And then everybody behind me started laughing. I was like, maybe I should charge for this.
Yeah. That's when you should turn around and go, do not laugh at me!
I will trust you all.
Hulk angry! What hotel rooms? I mean, I know that you've wrestled in Japan, and they're famously their hotel rooms are famously small. What do you do there?
Yeah, we stayed one time on my first trip to Japan. We stayed in a business hotel, which the Japanese are very efficient at what they do, and they don't need very many creature comforts as far as hotel rooms go. So this business hotel is very small. I mean, I had a tough time getting through the door, and when I lay down in the bed, my head was against the wall, my feet were against the wall. I mean, it was like I was literally as big as the room. Well, after 15 hours of flying and trying different foods, sometimes you have to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
And in a hurry.
Right.
So there's not much of a chance. I mean, and for me, it was a panic situation, So as I squeezed into this little bathroom, the facility was about this far away from the wall.
Right.
Well, I have a lot extra when I sit down.
Right.
So I'm at kind of one of these angles like this. And it's not working for me.
I love the view I'm getting by this story, by the way. Okay, well, what's your No, that's all right. Yeah. So I'm very frustrated at the time, and the walls are like partitions like you have in a cubicle. They're not very sturdy. Right. So out of frustration, I slap the wall, and the wall falls into the hallway. Which by then, it's too late to be embarrassed. It's like, oh, thank Lord I have room. Yeah. So there's some poor guy walking down the hallway, and there's a giant leg hanging in the hallway. You're just there. Yeah, I was there. Great. I was not funny. Oh, not funny, no. You try going to the bathroom on an airplane, you got some poor stewardess with a blanket in front of the door because my knees are that far out in front of the door. Moral of the story, it's just like before you leave home, have a sandwich so you don't embarrass everybody when you eat. Right. Go to the bathroom before you get on the plane. Right.
And then only take very short flights.
Yeah, very short flights, yes. Don't, like mistakenly decide to have a laxative before you get on the plane, then you're in trouble.
Well, what were you doing that for anyway?
Long story.
Okay, we won't get into it. Time to
get
on the 9-hour flight, but first, a jug of laxative.
When you're a kid, you go through the grandma's drawer and you find the chocolate bar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was excellent.
Anyway. First when your brother gives you the chocolate bar. That's what I had. We have, I want to make sure we get to this because we're out of time, but I want to show this. The video game, which is part of your promotion that you're promoting, the makers sent us a clip, and they actually fashioned a clip of you and I fighting.
Really?
Yeah, in this video game reality, and I think we just got this. I haven't even seen it yet, but let's take a look at this clip. That's pretty much what happened.
That's great.
That's how I fight. Throwing shots and everything.
That's probably why I'm having trouble trying to have a son right now. I think about it. The only time I've been beat in my career, I've gotten kicked in that area.
Yeah. WrestleMania 21 airs this Sunday on pay-per-view, and the new Xbox video game WrestleMania 21 comes out in April. You're always a great guest. Good friend of ours. Thank you for being here. He's a good man. Good show. We'll take a break. Zach Galifianakis when we come back. Stick around. No talking on a talk show. All right, my next guest is widely recognized as Mankind, one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He is also a novelist. His new book is called Scooter. Please welcome Mick Foley.
I think they were laughing.
No. Have you met Tony, by the way?
When I saw Tony, I thought he's here to see me.
I want to see those two fight. Yeah. We'll get that on later on. That'll be on Showtime.
But I think they thought that novelist thing was a joke, that there was
No, you sell a lot of books.
Yeah,
We're going to get to that. But first I want to talk to you. First, your claim to fame, your first claim to fame, wrestling, you were renowned as probably the wrestler who took more punishment than any other wrestler in the history of the sport. You think that's fair to say?
Yes, very accurate.
And it got to the point where your fans probably just felt you don't feel pain.
Yeah.
Is that the truth?
Well, they've been prompted a little bit by the announcers over the years. Is that he loves it. Look at him. He's got a smile on his face. Yeah, it was true. The fans apparently did a good job. They thought not only did I feel it, that they kind of loved it. And I realized that maybe that was a better identity to have when you're 19, that as you approach your mid-30s and you're still the guy taking the punishment, that there could have been another way to go.
Did you ever have fans who just misunderstood and they'd see you somewhere and they'd think, oh, watch this, and they'd smash you over the head with a television or something?
Nothing that extreme, but I've had people like see me as I'm like struggling to get up a flight of stairs going, you love pain, and I'm like, arthritis rocks.
Arthritis is so fun.
Sciatica rules.
Yeah. What's your most embarrassing mishap in the ring?
Anything where you relive in your mind, like that was a bad moment?
Well, I don't know if it was embarrassing, but it certainly was painful. I'm thinking of
embarrassment,
same thing. WrestleMania 20 was at that time the biggest match up in history. You know, the biggest night in wrestling. We were in the main event, the Big Show, Triple H, me, and The Rock. So
all of you guys fighting it out.
A four-man elimination match. The Big Show was already out, and The Rock and I were ganging up on Triple H, and The Rock had Triple H on a table, holding him, and he wanted me to jump.
I like how you could bring furniture into
Of course
it's supposed to be wrestling. I had him up
table,
against a water cooler. I drove in with a tractor. So anyway, so what are you supposed to do?
I went up to that second rope, and I was going to come out off the second rope onto the table with the big elbow, and I'd done it like in '96. But that was, you know, several years earlier when I was a younger, healthier man, and I remember looking at Triple H thinking, man, he's a long ways out there. But I took the plunge anyway. I missed by about 2 feet. So instead of catching Triple H with the elbow, I caught my sternum on that table, which didn't give it all. It was like built like a brick. And my family was in attendance. This was my retirement match. We were in Anaheim, so the whole plan was to go to Disneyland the next day. And here we are, biggest match, the biggest card, biggest night in wrestling, and I'm laying on the ground. I think my sternum's broken, and all I can think is, I'm not going to make it to Disneyland.
I'm not going to Disneyland. Wow. Now, your first, people get to choose a persona a lot of times when they get into wrestling. And when you were first starting out, is this true? You wanted your persona to be a chick magnet. Is that right?
Yeah.
You wanted that to be your character, a guy that women, a guy that women found irresistible.
Yeah, I was going to do a little role playing. Dude Love.
The guy's name was Dude Love?
Dude Love, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. And I don't know if you can tell, but...
Women can't resist the name Dude Love. What's your name? Dude Love. I must have you.
Nature decided not to cooperate with me in my quest to chick magnethood.
Right.
And then one day, Vince McMahon found out I'd been this guy, Dude Love, when I was, in high school.
Right.
And I get a call one day. He says, hey, pal. That's how Vince sounds, if you know him. And I said, hey, Vince, how you doing? He goes, how'd you like to be Dude Love? And so I became Dude Love for a number of months on the show. And women, who I apparently were paid to do so, began, like, charging the ring and throwing undergarments at me. And for a while, it became a
Is it still exciting when they're paid to do it?
Yeah, sure.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Now you're getting back in. You retired, but now you're getting back in. You're going to be on the WWE. Is your wife upset about this move?
Yeah, my wife, she began to dread the wrestling because I was taking punishment in the knees and the head injuries, the back injuries. But I found as time went by, she liked it less and less when the checks stopped coming. That there was a correlation there. And so she realizes I'm not going to take a lot of punishment doing a couple of big matches a year. So we're looking forward to it, and so is she.
All right, well, take care of yourself. The book that you've written, a novel, it's about baseball. Is that right? Scooter.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. And you are also writing another book, another novel.
Yeah.
And what's that going to be about?
Well, all my books are done with a first-person narrative because I started out doing memoirs. So I just try to get myself in the feeling, almost in the zone where, in this case, I felt when I was writing that I was that, teenage kid growing up in a tough section of the Bronx in the 60s. So it'll be the same thing with this next book, except instead of being a kid in the Bronx, a white kid in the Bronx in the 60s, I'm going to be a black woman in the segregated South in the 50s.
So you're the first-person narrator, and you're going to write in the voice of a woman.
Indeed I am, yes.
Indeed I am. Good, I like it.
It's a small price to pay for getting on Oprah. That's right,
She'll love the broken sternum story,
if Oprah's out there,
Oh, yeah, Oprah's watching right now. She doesn't miss this show. The new book, she's riveted. Yeah, she TiVos it. She never misses it. The new book, Scooter, is in bookstores now. Mick Foley, always a pleasure.
Thank
Good
you.
to have you on the show. We'll be right back. Stick around. All right, everybody, that is our show. Stay tuned for Last Call with Carson Daly, their first week broadcasting from their new home in Burbank. Bye, everybody. Bye. Have a seat. Have a seat. Good to see you, Delete. We should explain who this is. Yeah. For people just tuning in, this looks very frightening. Have a seat. Adam, why don't you explain who this is?
Oh, this is funny. Dilip, you just came out. That was nice. Dilip's in the movie. He's in The Longest Yard. He's from India. He speaks very little English, right?
Yeah, I speak a little.
Okay, cool. All right, but he's just coming out, I guess, to protect me, just in case anybody wants to if anyone gets mad at me. All right, Dilip, good to see you.
How tall is this man? We can't just bring. How tall is this fellow?
How tall are you, pal?
How tall?
7 foot 2 inch.
7 foot 2 inch, yes.
400 pound.
400 pounds.
Body
That's
weight.
incredible.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
He's a big man, and he.
You don't have to say that afterwards. That's quite large, Conan. Did you know that was large?
You know what? When we were shooting the movie, the man starts breakfast off with 2 dozen eggs every morning. 2 dozen eggs, 4 chickens for lunch, right? Something like that.
Chickens?
4 chickens and.
Normal 4 chickens.
It's not normal. Right.
No one else eats 4 chickens.
This is 400 pounds.
Don't get him mad. Adam's like, that's not normal.
That's very. He's excellent, man. Great in the movie, and I'm glad you're here, buddy. So I'm gonna keep talking, and you want to sit there while we do this? Okay, yeah, you just that's right. Just stay right there.
Okay, there you go. Now,
sorry, you hang out, Dilip. Yeah, no, you stay right. Yeah,
you stay right there. Now you play. This has changed the whole tone of the interview right now.
I'm very nervous right now.
All right, this could get scary. All right, you play a convict in this movie.
Yes, I do.
Now, did you ever have any scrapes? Did you ever have to go to jail for any time and as a young man or anything?
I ran with kind of a rough crew growing up from my Hebrew school. We got it on occasion. You know, like sometimes I would read from the Torah from left to right. You know, really get
pretty crazy.
There was a certain night of my life I didn't do my math homework to the last minute. Let's just say I didn't get to watch television in my bedroom that night.
So it's pretty serious stuff.
I rocked it. How did you
then?
Yes? No, because I play a prisoner in this movie, and I really wanted to know what it's like, you know. So I did some research. I talked to some real prisoners, and I talked to this guy. He said, "Your cellmate. You never know if that guy is going to taunt you, beat you, possibly rape you at any minute." And so I wanted to know what that was like. So I had my Uncle Michael babysit me again.
So a shout out to Uncle Michael.
Yeah.
Now, do you think you could handle prison if you were really in prison? Because you were filming it. This is like a rough environment that you were in.
I think ultimately, yeah. I mean, I can handle all everything. Probably the only thing, the one-ply toilet paper. The Sandman likes quilted.
The Sandman likes the smoothness.
Well, I got a tender derriere.
Now, one thing that would be tough. You see this movie; it's all guys. There's no women on the set.
Yes.
Was that hard for you?
Well, I'm used to having co-stars, you know, that I can hang out with and treat me right and nicely and sweetly. And Chris Rock was kind enough, though, during lunch, he would rub my head till I fell asleep.
You guys have a nice relationship in this movie, too.
Thank you.
Which you brought it up, so I get to about your personal life. How's married life? How are you? How's everything okay?
It's awesome. I love my wife. She's the best. And but we've had a couple of fights. So just to make sure we didn't fight too much, we talked to a marriage counselor.
That's a good idea for any couple that's having a hard time.
Exactly, and the counselor said, just when you fight, next fight, don't use the letter H, kind of like the Trump thing. You're not allowed to use the letter H. So
and that lightens it up, kind of?
It just brings it lightens the mood, some humor into the fight. So I wrote down our last fight, and it goes a little something like this. This is my wife, first. Adam, you really hurt my feelings on Thursday. And then I said, I don't want to ear tis sit. And then she said, well, you're gonna ear tis sit, Mr. Hollywood. You behave like a selfish child. I'm a selfish child. All you do is sop. Talk on the phone. Get egg. And watch Desperate Housewives. How dare you? She said to me, you've turned our home into a frat house for your showbiz comes. Rob Schneider, Ugg Effner, Carly Scene. Finally, I said, go to L. War. I made it up. I never have. We don't fight. She loves me.
This lightens everything.
Yeah, no H.
Now, we have a clip here from the movie Longest Yard.
Hey, this is, we're going to the clip now. This is a clip that...
You explaining it to us or to him?
No, delete. You know what clips are? Clips when you go to a movie clip? No. All right, well... All right, so we're going to go to a movie clip. This is where me and I'm trying to get him to be on the team because he's a big man.
You have to. Your job is to assemble the team that's going to play the guards.
Exactly.
That's going to play the guards in the prison.
Everybody has a particular guard that's extra hard on him. There's a particular guy that's extra hard on this guy, and I'm trying to convince him to play because I know he'd be a major asset to the team. Conan. You want to look at the clip?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this clip from The Longest Yard.
There
Very nice. Good job.
Great man.
I swear I could take him in a fight.
You should try it.
I'm going to try and...
Good job. In America, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, buddy.
The Longest Yard opens tomorrow. Adam, always
Love
fun
you,
having you on the
Conan.
show.
Great
Thank you
to
very much.
see you.
Adam Sandler. Bernie Reed is coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Fine show. Tomorrow night, Academy Award-nominated actress and lead singer of the band Juliet and the Licks, Juliette Lewis, is going to join us. Comedian and actor Bill Bellamy and musical guest MIA, so watch that show. Bernie Reed's going to be here when we come back. Ultimate Extreme Ping Pong. We'll see you in a second. Everybody, my next guest. My next guests are two of the first ladies of pro wrestling. Now they're featured in the new documentary Lipstick and Dynamite. Here's a look at the ladies in the ring. Oh, my God. I hope they're still with us. Please welcome 81-year-old, the fabulous Moolah, and 82-year-old, the great Mae Young. Ladies. Wow, let's talk. That was incredible, by the way. Thank you.
Is that all you want to do? Is talk?
No, we don't have a ton of time, and there's so much to talk about. First of all, the clip was incredible. When I heard about you ladies, I thought maybe the wrestling won't be that intense. It's very intense. That giant 900-pound man fell. That's you, is that right, Mae?
That's
just lying
me.
there? Good Lord. Yeah. Now, Mae, you're wild. You like to wrestle dirty. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Sure do.
What do you mean?
Wrestle dirty with me?
Oh, well, yeah, okay. You settle down there. I'm going to call security. But you're not...
I tell you one thing. I have to be real careful with her. Everywhere I go, she either wants to get drunk or naked.
Right. Well, this would be the place, I guess. All right, now, I saw some footage, and we're going to show this just in a second. You were in a tag team match with two younger ladies, some schoolgirl, in the old Catholic schoolgirl routine. And this was an intense clip. Let's take a look.
I think run and maybe give her a bottle of gin. No, but let's see what happens here. Follow an elbow tie up.
Mae Young graduated with Robert E. Lee. Okay. Look at Mae Young back and going way into the corner.
Whoa, what the?
Low blow.
She kicked me in the knee.
Oh, no.
What the hell is this? Oh, my God.
So...
You see what I mean?
So, that's one of your signature moves, May, is that right? What is that move called?
That's called the Bronco Buster. Shall I show you?
That's okay. I just saw it. I just saw it right there. I just saw the Bronco Buster. I saw the Bronco Buster. Yeah, okay. Oh, my God. Just saw my light flash before my eyes. And you do that move often?
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, okay.
The Bronco Buster.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get you a seatbelt in a second. And Moolah, you have a signature move, is that right?
I have several.
Yes.
I like to do the flying drop kicks, and I like to do the flying mares.
What's the flying mare?
Flying mares, I get the girl by the hair and throw her over my shoulder.
Right.
And just beat the hell out of her.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, who do you like wrestling? You wrestle both women and men. Who do you prefer wrestling?
Men, of course.
We love men.
Young
You like
men, redheaded. Young, red-headed men.
Wow, really?
Are you red-headed, Conan?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Would you like to wrestle us?
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll get to it. Let's say that. No, we don't want to see that. Now, we'll do it in the ring.
All right.
In the ring, we'll do it. Okay, so you prefer wrestling men. Why do you prefer wrestling men?
Well, we know where to put them out.
Yeah. You know where to sort of take them. You know the weak spots. You know
I know the weak spot.
Yeah. All right.
In fact, we wrestled two in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the 5th of last month for a children's hospital.
Oh, what a nice thing for the kids. Did you break out the old Bronco Buster for the kids in the hospital?
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that nice? This is for you, kids!
We raise money for the children.
You raise money? I do not pass judgment. That is not what I do. Welcome to my show.
You better watch out for the Bronco Buster now.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have security walk me to my car afterwards. Do you wear any? Did you wear any padding when you got started in wrestling? Did you wear padding ever?
Well, Conan, I never did have to wear padding because I'm pretty full-chested, but. Now, Johnny May, she's always been flat-chested.
What are you doing in there? What are you doing in there?
Come here, baby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, my God. Okay, that's great. Thank you. That's terrific. Yeah. Thank you.
But I told you I couldn't take her anywhere.
That's okay. It's okay. You sit down. Would you hold her down? That's okay. Wow. I don't get paid enough. Now, are you both single?
Absolutely.
You're both single.
Yeah.
Okay. And all right. That's great. And are you?
We live in the same.
You live together, is that right?
Well, she lives in her apartment and I live in mine.
Right.
We don't live together, no.
Right.
But she has the upstairs and I have the downstairs with my damn midget.
You always got a damn midget
girl, midget, Diamond Lil, 45 years ago, and she likes for me to call her my damn midget.
That's not really a politically correct term.
I think it is.
Okay, so she prefers, she's okay with that title.
She really is her damn midget, the truth about it is.
This has been an incredible interview. This is going on to my 50th anniversary show. This is incredible. Well, best to you and your friend, and to you. And are you wrestling soon again?
Yes, we're going to WrestleMania.
Oh, that's right.
Which will be April the 3rd in California.
April 3rd, WrestleMania 21.
Yes, absolutely. There's been then that would be the 21st one, and I have been in every WrestleMania. 21.
Unbelievable. And the documentary Lipstick And Dynamite opens in select cities Friday. So, Fabulous Moolah, the great Mae Young, thank you very much for being here. Pleasure. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, that's our show. I do want to thank all my guests. Stay tuned for Last Call with Carson Daly. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. All right, everybody, we're back. It's all good. You know, my first guest tonight, a huge star. You know him from movies like The Scorpion King and Walking Tall. Starting tomorrow, he'd be seen with John Travolta in Be Cool. Thrilled to have him here tonight. Please welcome The Rock. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you. So good to be back.
I know I swear, you've been on many times. You're a good friend to this show, and I don't know why I had to stop, but when you were walking out right now, I almost took you down. I almost took you.
You almost took me down.
I almost took you. I know you're a large man and you're experienced in fighting, but I almost took you down.
I know, it's so weird. I know you almost took me down, but then when we were that close, you were like, woohoo. I don't know.
Now, let's hear that again. That's very accurate. That is
right?
That is the noise I make whenever there's any danger. Or a dog that I don't know. I'm like, wow. Well, okay, maybe I'll take you down later after that comment. Hey, so thank you for being here. There's so much to talk about. So much to talk about. First of all, you have successfully transitioned into film. You have a great film career now. But you walk around, there's still a lot of The Rock merchandise from your wrestling days that and it's still selling big.
Yeah.
Do you approve of all that stuff? Do you have to sign off on all of it?
No, I don't have to sign off on everything.
Right.
You know, for the most part, everything is usually pretty cool. So.
Pretty cool, yeah, pretty cool. Because I found this and I wasn't sure. The Rock Sippy Cup. The Rock Sippy Cup. And the only thing I was thinking about, it's like, you have a lot of cool merchandise, and you're such a cool guy, but you think like, yeah, I'm a big fan of The Rock. Grape juice. You're going to rip my face off, aren't you?
No.
Just talk to them about The Rock Sippy Cup.
That's nice.
No, I'm going to bring that home for my daughter. She'll love it.
For your daughter, I know.
Honey, where's my cup?
That's right. Yeah. Honey, where's my cup? Oh, goody. My wife will say, you know, drink your lemonade, Conan. No, I want my Rock Sippy Cup. Wow, you saw through my thing pretty quickly.
Oh.
Now, let's talk. We're going to move on to other areas, but I had one question, which is during the wrestling days, something that takes a lot of guts. All of your work, all your wrestling was done in the Speedo, which you would do, all right? Ever a wardrobe malfunction, all those moves, all that crazy stuff going on, and there's just a Speedo there. Anything ever sort of go wrong, should we say?
Well, there was this... There was this one particular time I was wrestling, and unbeknownst to me, when I saw the publicity pictures about a week later, here I am. I'm on top of the ropes, arm up in the air, holding the championship belt in all my glory, and there I am, and my ball had popped out.
Okay, well... supposed to use a euphemism or something?
I know, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, well, The Rock and his pebble.
Yeah. Okay, that's better.
No, Boulder.
Popped out. How
Boulder,
can you, Wow. All right. Well, it's good that you moved out of that field, I think. It's all going very well. Now, in Be Cool, you're very funny in this movie, and you're playing your character's gay in this movie, and you do a really good job.
Yeah, one guy.
Yeah.
Who's your brother?
Yeah, one guy's very excited right now.
Yeah, sorry.
But you know, I was wondering, like, when you're getting as an actor, did you use anybody? Was there anyone that inspired you to sort of connect with that character?
Well, truth of the matter is, yeah, there are certain things that you look for as an actor, especially for me. I could be like as fearless as I wanted to be. You look for roles like that. My character is an aspiring actor. That was me 5 years ago, probably about the time we first met. Has no money. That was me 8, 9 years ago. I had nothing. And I was very fortunate that I had two strong gay influences, 2 men in my life. One knew my grandfather really, really well, strong, passionate, truthful guy. And the other guy, I've known him for a long time now, so funny. And I love the guy in Conan. I just want to thank you so much for...
Wow.
Yeah.
One night in college. And
I know. 3, 4 Appletinis.
Yeah. It was 4 Appletinis, 1 night in college, and it follows me forever. Now,
can I still call you Conesy?
Yes, you can call me Conesy. Man, we're not airing this episode, I've decided. We're going to show an old F Troop episode. Now, if the script had called for you to kiss a man, that doesn't happen in this movie. But if it had happened, would you have, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. But would you have done that? Would you have been uncomfortable with it?
No, I'm very comfortable with my own sexuality, which is a number of reasons why I took the role in the first place. I think it all depends. On oral hygiene. Very important. You know, what kind of toothpaste you use.
That's all it really means.
What kind of lips, you know, soft.
Exactly.
Hard lips. Kind of like your lips, Conesy. By the way, if you could sip the sippy cup again, then...
Man, this isn't going to air. This isn't going to air in huge chunks of the country, this show. Well, I will, and you know, on a serious note, you do a really good job. You've done a very good job transitioning into acting, and this was a cool role for you to take because what's neat about this character is that the fact that he's gay is just not really important to the plot, but he's also a tough guy at the same time, and you get to be funny in this role, which is cool.
Absolutely, and I loved it. Not only that, but get a chance to work with all these great actors, from Keitel to Travolta, Uma Thurman, and everybody like that, Vince Vaughn including. So, and again, you get a chance to jump off the cliff and see what happens. And I had a great time doing it. Yeah, you're right.
It must be weird. There's like there are scenes with you, and it's like you and Travolta are, you know, the only 2 people really in the scene, and it's and it works. But it's funny to see you like this is something you must have dreamed about 5 years ago. If someone said you're going to be doing scenes with John Travolta, this would be a great thing.
Oh my God, yeah. Absolutely. So it's like, I mean, not only that, but this is like a dream come true for me now, just making these movies and doing well. And,
or just even being here with me on this show.
Brother, let me tell you.
I pushed it too far, is what I did. We have a clip here. What do we need to know for this clip?
This is the earnest way of my character Elliot, where he sees this opportunity, and he by the way, this is everyday life, and I know it happens to you, where people come up to us every day, hey, I got an idea, I got a script, I got something. And this is his opportunity to deliver a monologue, but instead of delivering a monologue that's like Braveheart, he picks Bring It On.
This is your character, wants to be an actor, and he picks a scene from Bring It On, and auditions for John Travolta's character, Chili. Let's take a look at this scene.
You guys have to go to nationals. What is this, hush money? We don't need you. Why are you so mean? I'm just trying to be strong for my squad. And I'm trying to make it right. You want to make it right? Then when you go to nationals, bring it. Oh, bring it. Don't worry. Psst. I never do. Scene.
You do that well. You became a cheerleader. Well, we're all... Be Cool opens tomorrow. We're all very happy for you.
Thank
very
you
proud
so
of you.
much.
You're a good guy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brittany Snow, come on. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Nice show tonight. We have a very nice show coming up tomorrow night from the new movie The Pacifier. Vin Diesel is going to be here. From Saturday Night Live, very funny man Fred Armisen will be stopping by. Musical guest Low Millions, so watch that show. It's a keeper. Everybody, we're back. My next guest is one of the biggest stars in wrestling. This Sunday, he can be seen on the WWE pay-per-view special called Vengeance. Here's a look at him handling the 500-pound Big Show in the ring.
Oh, baby! That's caught again! Oh! Once again, center block! Oh, my God, it's got him up! No way! No way!
He did it at 500! Please welcome John Cena. First of all, I can't, I was looking at that clip today. Big Show has been on our program many times.
Yes, he has.
And that guy, it doesn't even come across on TV how large he is in person. You picked him up over your head. How do you do that?
That was something that I shouldn't have even tried. Probably will never try again.
Did you have to take a year off after you lifted Big Show up?
And right before I did it, right as I kind of just got in there, I said, if this doesn't work out, this is not going to be good for me.
Yeah. Because he could just crush you. I mean, you're obviously a very powerful guy.
But he would even, he'd crush even you.
No. Let's not get crazy. Feel that. Feel that. Fear it. Fear it. Ah.
It is.
That was a little hard. You hit it a little hard.
Massive.
It's like Jell-O in here. First of all, I noticed your eye is kind of banged up. What happened?
I appreciate you having me on the show today. I was really excited, but I get to the building and I see this enormous guy wearing glasses, Pierre
Bernard.
He was all pissed off about bobbleheads and started beating the hell out of me. I'm just here for the show.
Pierre has a thing. Pierre gave you the old windmill, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Pierre can spin around like a windmill. It's incredible.
And just got the best of me. I couldn't believe it.
Now, is this from something in the ring, actually?
Yeah, I actually, believe it or not, I somehow went through a table face first a couple nights ago at the hands of a genie.
Yeah, a genie. Yeah. I love when you're...
Welcome to World Wrestling Entertainment. Through a table face first at the hands of a genie.
So a genie threw you, or did he have a magical spell?
He put some sort of spell on me by hitting me in the head with a small television.
Right.
And then I landed on a table, and then did some sort of a super jump off of the ring into the table.
I like reading about it in the sports section.
Yep.
Okay, now every wrestler needs to have special moves. Special moves that that become their signature moves.
You got it.
Your signature move is this thing called, I don't understand, it's called You Can't See Me?
Yes, it is. And believe it or not, it started out as a joke.
Right.
I'm usually kind of one to take a dare every now and again.
Right.
I got a couple brothers at home, and one of my brothers who's just a professional loafer. If Sean's listening, you got to get a job, brother.
Right. I got a few brothers like that. There isn't time. Go ahead.
He's just running around the house doing something like this, just shaking his head. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get that on TV. And he said, you won't do it. So I said, okay, I'll do it. And I couldn't do this because my head was down. They always kind of wanted to see your face. So I started doing this. And I attached to it, You Can't See Me, as a joke for him.
This is your move.
Like
your move is this. Your move is, You Can't See Me? That's it?
That's all you need. You can be getting your butt kicked. You can't see me. And the guy's like, where did he go? You just roll him up. 1, 2, 3. It's over.
That's incredible. So actually your face disappears for a second, and the genie or whoever gets confused.
The genie gets confused. The Big Show gets confused. Works on everybody.
I love that. You can't see me. That's incredible.
60% of the time, it works every time.
I love that. You can't see. You know what? Years ago, we had a writer here who left our show to go work at the WWF, I believe.
Yes.
And I had a phrase here at the show that I used to say to the writers, which is if they were irritating me, I'd say, why don't you have a big, tall glass of shut-up juice?
Yes.
And the writer said, I'm going to get that on TV. And I forget which wrestler he gave it to.
I don't know, but I know that it made
it was like The Rock or someone was standing in the ring and just went, why don't you just have a big glass of shut-up juice? And the whole arena went, yay! And I'm
immortalized.
I'm watching at home, like in my boxer shorts, eating Cheerios, and I was just like, yeah! I did it. I did it.
Shut up, juice to all the WWE fans.
Now, you mentioned that your brother dared you and that you can't turn down a dare. And I've heard that that's really true, that if someone dares you to do something, you just have to do it.
It'll get me into trouble. A couple days ago in Hartford, we were in Hartford not too long ago, and I was dared to drink out of a puddle on the corner.
What, a random puddle on the street?
Yeah, and you know what? I just couldn't say no. It's not like there was some big, there wasn't any money in it for me.
Yes, you can say no.
Yeah, but hey, you know.
Puddle, just a puddle on the street. You don't even know what that puddle is.
It's as simple. Hey, that puddle's gross. Oh, yeah, it is. You won't drink out of that. No, you won't do it. All right. Down there, take my little drink, come up, I got filth all over my face, and we all laugh. It's great, and I'm a dumbass. Thank you very much.
I would just disappear. That's where you should do there, you know, who will do it? Who will drink out of the puddle? You can't see me.
It doesn't work outside the ring. That's the problem. I tried. My powers are useless outside the ring.
Yeah, I'm not drinking out of any puddle. I'll do a lot of, like, what's another thing that you've done?
Well, I trying to relax one night at a friendly local cabaret.
Mm-hmm. Cabaret. A cabaret, was
yes.
it? Was it in Paris?
And by the end of the night, I was coaxed into making my debut. So
You stripped?
I did.
Yeah.
Not only just took off my clothes, but ended up doing a whole pole routine, hanging upside down, the whole night.
No one needs to dare me to do that. America needs to see my body, and I
agree.
I
That's the feeling you're on.
I'm just totally flexing.
I think so.
Feel it. Just feel it.
Oh, I feel it.
Where did he go? Where did my guest go? It does work. It's incredible. You know what you do? This is the reason. There are many reasons why I can never be a professional wrestler, but the main one is I could not wear the. There's actually like 900 reasons why I can't be a professional wrestler, and we can't. But the one that I really, you couldn't get me into one of those Speedo trunks. And you've done a smart thing. You don't wear the Speedo trunks, do you?
I ditched the Speedos. I got the baggy jean shorts. I kind of have my own style.
Right. It's much cooler because it's very hard to be cool in the Speedo trunks.
And you're not giving everything away. Some guys don't necessarily have a lot to offer.
Right.
You know, I gotta wear the shorts for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nice.
Yes. So I kind of ditched the Speedos at an early age, and I've gone on to bigger things.
Yeah. Well, good for you. I think it's a much cooler look. It's like when in basketball, when the shorts got long, it suddenly got much cooler.
When they lost the old high shorts.
Yeah. When you watch, I can't watch those.
A lot of trends come back. Those will never come back.
I watch those classic games, those classic basketball games, and they're wearing like shorts. They look like they're cheerleaders or something.
Pretty close to the equator.
Yeah, very close to the equator, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
High-five me. No, it's not. If I high-fived you, my arm would rip off. Lots of time. This Sunday is the WWE's pay-per-view special, Vengeance.
That's right.
And Raw airs Monday nights at 9 on USA. Hey, John, you know what? So cool to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're really fun to talk to. John Cena will be right back. The Subway. Stick around. The Conan Pomp is dead. Yay. Thanks a lot. Yay. All right, everybody. At over 7 feet tall and nearly 500 pounds, my next guest is literally one of the biggest stars in sports entertainment. Let's take a look at the man in action.
These guys are going to get equal treatment. Up. Oh, double choke slam. And a double pin. And the big man.
Ladies and... The Oswald shooting was done better than that. Please welcome Big Show. Wow. Big Show, good to have you.
Thank you very much for having me. I just love the new look.
Yeah, thanks. You're so cool, Big Show.
But you know what?
I'm your little buddy.
To be tied up and have Martha Stewart tell you to do something.
It was sexy.
It works for me, too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's creeping me out now, the idea of you watching backstage.
Oh, I was watching. Yeah, you weren't alone. You were being watched.
Yes, that's nice. Now, let's begin, first of all. I know it must be strange for you because you've been on the show a bunch of times. Very nice, very smart, normal guy, but people must constantly be asking you questions about your size. Is that true?
Yeah, it happens a lot. I tell you, flying here today, I was flying from Dallas and sitting next to a nice lady on the plane, and she says to me, she says, "You're one of those wrestlers, aren't you?" And I went, "Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm called the Big Show." She goes, "Do you wear a mask?" And the way she asked the question, I was like, well, I don't know, should I?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so it was, everybody has a different approach, you know. It's like, oh my God, or,
right.
You know, they all group together in little huddles and try to whisper, like, look how big he is. I hope I'm not sitting next to him.
Right. Do you ever get is there ever a temptation for you to growl at people to, you know, even though you're a very well-spoken guy, but you could probably, if you were, you know, is there ever...
Only in Japan.
Oh, in Japan. Really?
You know, in Japan, you know, there's so many people, and they huddle together, and they're so polite, and if you're trying to get somewhere, you can't get anywhere. It's like I'm trying to get across the hotel lobby, I'm like, move!
Right.
You know, and then they kind of scatter.
Yeah.
And then the other part is when you're in the elevator, because they're all about butt high to me.
Right.
So they're just praying to God I didn't have chili on the flight over.
Right. That's a problem. Now
you did everybody prays that, so you know.
You did a sumo match while you were over there in Japan.
No,
is that
I
right?
actually did a sumo match in Hollywood.
Oh, you did it in Hollywood. Okay.
At WrestleMania, I took on Akebono, who was a sumo grand champion, and I wore the.
And that's quite different from what you do, right? It's
yeah,
it's very different.
A lot about skill and balance and technique, and the diaper, as everyone calls it. It's actually a mawashi. It's actually 40 yards of silk wrapped around you.
40 yards?
40 yards, and you're naked underneath of it.
Right.
And you've got, like, I had like 3 little Japanese dudes that were wrapping me up, which is very, you know, degrading anyway. It's hard to be, there's some of the Big Show standing here naked getting wrapped in silk. And
right.
And
but if Martha Stewart was wrapping you, it would be sexy, right? She was yelling at you.
Yeah, that was... Okay, you're going to get me in trouble.
Now, did you brought something. There's something behind you that you brought something that you wanted to show. What is this?
Yeah, okay. Make the big guy stretch. That's good. Here we go.
Oh, I'll get it. I don't want to put you out.
I'll put it exactly right behind me. Anyway, this, I've had some different types of things, merchandise and whatnot over the years. The first piece of merchandise I ever got was a little action figure. It's not a doll, it's an action figure.
Right.
It had a little red button by the ribs. And when you pressed the red button, it vibrated like a toothbrush or something else, if you use your imagination. And I asked the guy, I said, why is it doing that? He goes, you're shaking because you're angry. Yeah, that's it. What demographic are you going after? But anyway.
Right. Did it look like you were, or it just looked like you were really nervous?
It just sat there and hummed.
Right. Right.
Didn't work for me.
Right,
Sorry.
right. That's a crappy action figure,
But this, honestly, I think, you know, being that you have a little girl, I have a little girl too. Little girls love teddy bears. This is the most awesome piece of merchandise
She's gonna love that.
I have ever seen. You know, it is so great.
She'll be waking up in the middle of the night. Go to sleep!
Well, you know, okay, maybe it's, well, you know, it does have a little angry look, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of looks, and it's got these tattoos.
The tattoos, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? He's even got my butt, too.
Yeah. Oh, you have a flat one?
Yeah, we have the same butt. Yeah, I have the same.
All right, no one wants to see. Look out.
So, I have the same kind of butt, so. But isn't, you know,
we're now in the widescreen format, which is good. Anytime you want a piece of this, I'm right here.
You know what?
When I have this hairstyle, I am unstoppable.
You're a rebel.
A rebel, yeah.
A rebel,
A rebel with the stupidest hair anyone's ever seen.
Yeah, but you know what? That was with Martha Stewart, though.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
What's that?
That was with Martha Stewart, though. That was awesome.
Oh, good.
I mean, you know, if I had hair, I'd let her mess it up.
You have hair. What are you talking about?
A little bit. It's a little fuzz.
You look great, I think. Very attractive guy.
Too.
I love you. Whoa! All right, WWE's Monday Night Raw. It's so weird out here tonight. WWE's Monday Night Raw premieres this Monday, October 3rd on USA Network. Big show, everybody. We'll take a break. Just after Cuties here. Well, everybody, that's our show. We want to thank all my guests. Good job, big show. Stay tuned for the last call with Carson Daly. Bye, everybody. Bye.